What's up, everybody? And welcome to Two Nobodies podcast. Little rebranding there. Guys, we are live and direct on a beautiful Wednesday night in Southern California, where it never rains. If you guys hear that.
Having some technical difficulties. 1 second.
Little technical difficulties.
Are we not on video?
No, video's not up.
But people can hear us?
Yeah.
Guys, so you can hear us, but you can't see us. You can probably hear the rain, too.
Yes, guys.
So we do the show outdoors. People think we don't when we're wearing hoodies and gloves.
Why is this guy wearing gloves?
Which I don't wear gloves anymore because it bothers Richard Dice. He gets so angry.
Guys, if you could, you might be able to hear a little rain, but it's supposed to stop here in 15, 20 minutes. So, give us a little slack.
Yeah, Eddie fucking is texting Dallas Rains.
Yes.
And he gets the live dropper.
Listen, guys, if you're 50 and older, one of your favorite things to do is to tell people that it's going to rain and sleet every 5 seconds. What? You're right there, CJ. Whoa.
So CJ's producing the show today. As you can see, everything is dark.
Is the cap off?
Is the cap? The man has the cap on the camera.
Yes.
Is that what it was? Did you get it? No, Eddie and I have been tanning. That's probably what it could be. That's why you can't see us. Call Eddie Money.
Calling Eddie Money. Guys, if you are listening on YouTube or watching on...
Not a damn thing.
That's it, right? Just YouTube.
You're just listening. You're just listening.
Episode 72, up and coming.
Soon.
We're watching some...
Clippers, Rockets.
Yep.
Rockets, young kids are moving and grooving tonight.
You got to love it, man.
They're up 9, right? Is that 9? I can't see the Houston score. They're up 9. Rockets were up as much as 20. So, here we go. We got, do we have action?
Did you get that done?
It should be done any minute now. Done.
There we go.
We good?
We good? Are we live? Yeah. We're live and in charge?
Yeah, you can see you guys.
Harden's pick and rolls are pretty fucking good, by the way.
It's probably...
Underrated.
Yeah. Little Karl Malone v. Stockton.
Oh, I don't know about that good.
Maybe the best pick and roll ever.
All right, you guys are good.
We're good?
All right. Do you want to play the music again? Should we
Yeah,
start the
let's
whole
start.
thing again,
Start the
man?
fucking whole thing over.
Let's do this. Let's try this one more time. I just love hearing that song.
Damn right. See, when you do something for the community and you bring in...
Zing!
Yes.
Oh, man.
How's everyone doing tonight? We are live on a beautiful Wednesday night. Two Nobodies podcast, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. Special edition Wednesday because we got a bunch of shiznits going on.
Damn right.
I'm headed to the ACC Wrestling Championships in Chapel Thrill to go see my son wrestle in that tournament. And guys, just want to say thank you. You guys, we are an interactive show. CJ's executive producing tonight.
Hello, hello.
What up, CJ?
What's going on, man?
We have a special guest. I feel like it's special.
Haven't seen him in a while. The guy lives here.
Yeah.
And he's hard to see.
I haven't seen him in a month.
Guy's hard to see, bro.
Haven't seen him in a month. Hakatomi Plaza. What up, Hakatomi Plaza, man?
Hello.
It's the only dude I know that gets home from work and he just looks like he's had the worst fucking day ever.
Yeah, he comes in, he's like, they're still here.
He hasn't left
Right?
yet.
Right?
That's the look he gives, he gives you.
100%. 100%.
I feel you.
To my right, I have the guru. Rafa's in the house.
What's up, man?
Guys, we are here for you in the rain. If you hear a little bit of
Sizzle.
sizzles because
Sizzling.
we do this show outside, but rain, sleet, or snow, just like the U.S. Postal Office, we are here for the people. That being said, guys, we are the gambling show of record. Not a lot of stuff to gamble on. I guess there's championship.
There's
basketball.
There's gambling
Yeah,
every
yeah.
fucking day.
What are you
Eddie, are you
talking
kidding? There's
about?
hockey,
There's
there's college
baseball?
basketball, there's preseason baseball.
but
Why would
we're-
you even say that?
Because we're not going to go through soccer lines and hockey lines.
We could
and-
definitely
we
do
could
that.
definitely
I mean,
do that.
guys-
People fucking bet it,
I'm
Eddie.
betting at this point.
Even CJ's betting.
Listen, if you guys
Yeah,
have any,
Champions League today.
Yes.
How dare you say something like that?
Vinny Jr. look good. If you do have any questions, any over-unders, that's what the guru is here for, guys. And episode 72, man, you guys know how we do it. Famous athletes who wore the number 72. Does anyone want to start? Go, and we would love for the audience to also engage, but 72 a good number for the Raiders.
Oh, here we go. I'll start off with someone who's not a fucking Raider. Dan Deerdorf, Monday Night Football.
12 years on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. He was the Cardinals.
St. Louis,
St. Louis Cardinals.
but the football team.
Yes, not the Redbirds.
I think-
Also, the Redbirds, but they were the football Redbirds.
Dude, and also,
What
like,
are you talking about?
Dan Deerdorf. You're too young for Monday Night
The
Football.
St.
Al
Louis
Michaels.
Cardinals?
I know Dan Deere.
Frank
The
Gifford.
baseball team.
Yeah, but no, they're before they moved to Arizona. It's the
They
St.
were-
Louis Cardinals, bro.
the St. Louis Cardinals, man.
Yeah.
That's
They were still bad, just
insane.
as bad. Just as bad. Dan Deerdorf's a fucking Hall of Famer, guy.
Hall of Famer, 3-time voted best offensive lineman overall.
What year?
Late
Like,
great
1974.
1974.
Yeah, something like 75,
All needed to
76,
hear.
77.
Yeah.
So not that great.
Oh, man, come
there,
on.
There weren't that many black dudes, is what you want to say. You're right.
God, that's ridiculous.
You're
But
right.
fun fact about Dan Deerdorf, born in Canton, Ohio, and made the Hall of Fame in '96. Came to his hometown. It was like a big deal. And Deerdorf, famous for saying it's indicative all the time, but just a real dude. Great 72. Anyone else? Anyone else with the 72?
I got Ed Too Tall Jones
Ed
from the
Too Tall.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
But
Good
also from Tennessee State.
Yes.
Is that an HBCU or something?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Fun fact, he went to Tennessee State to originally play basketball, and he played basketball for the first 2 years until he went over to stop playing.
Explains
Wow,
why.
look at
he's
you.
Too tall. I always get Too Tall Jones and Mean Joe Green always mixed
Always
up.
mixed up.
Always.
I can see it. Tall black dudes.
How about Lincoln Kennedy from the University of Washington, the Dogs? Lincoln Kennedy drafted 9th overall to the Falcons, I think, and wasn't very good, but ended up going to the Raiders and becoming a 3-time Pro Bowler or something like that. Works for the Raiders now.
Not that great.
Eddie Money said Donald Penn easily.
Donald Penn, yes.
Another Raider.
Raider,
Turd.
Buccaneer.
That one he became a champion or no?
He made it to the Super Bowl with the Raiders. Didn't win. Got schooled by the Buccaneers.
Orange Sap was in that ass?
I guess.
For sure.
How about Don Mosbar? I know Don Mosbar for me was a hero because in offense-defense camp in football, he was there. I took a picture of him. I was right here at his nutsack. Took a picture of him. First-round pick.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah, went to SC, but also Super Bowl champion with the Raiders. Had a horrible injury in preseason in camp. Lost an eye.
Oh, God.
And
Stuart Scott's house.
yeah, that was done. How about John Matuzak? Another famous.
Who are some of these guys?
John Matuzak was drafted #1 overall, first pick.
What year?
God, it has to be in the 70s.
1941?
Matuzak was also an actor.
Don't know who that is.
Dude, Matuzak was in a bunch of funny films. I found out something today that I did not know, and this is for the older crowd. Who remembers the Goonies?
This motherfucker look like a strong Luke. I wish you.
Dude, let me tell you, John Matuzak was crazy as hell. Everyone gets Matuzak and Alzado mixed up, both crazy. But
I couldn't pick out either one out of a lineup.
So I found out today. Did you too young to watch the Goonies?
Yeah, way too young.
No, you guys, Goonies, great freaking movie. You remember the sloth?
The only sloth I know is John Leguizamo from fucking Ice Age. That is it.
Oh God.
He was drafted in 1973.
Oh yeah, no,
73.
too long ago.
Yes. Anyways, Matuzak was the guy, the sloth in the Goonies, which you guys are just so damn young.
Yeah. Another 72, Michael Bennett, Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
Legion of Boom.
Smallest shoulder pads ever.
Pretty good player.
Like he wore like the skeleton. Dude, it was crazy. He was good,
He was pretty good.
but he was also crazy as F.
Very crazy.
Yes.
Cecilia Sano said Refrigerator Perry.
Oh,
Yes.
damn.
She is all right.
Look at that, the fridge.
Great pull.
We look like a couple refrigerator Perrys up here.
Great pull. The Perry, the fridge.
a bench cut and start bench cut, and we should do a football movie and a basketball one as well.
That's great. That's a great idea.
That's fucking money idea. See if nobody steals it.
Everyone steals our shit.
Now we're saying audio problems.
Oh, my
man.
God,
You
CJ.
just can't get shit right, you know?
Seriously.
Maybe we'll do sign language for all
Yeah.
the people.
Okay, we're good.
We're good? Who was telling you that?
Eddie Money.
Eddie's
Eddie-
deaf. You know that.
Yeah, Eddie's doing some sabotages,
Yeah.
man.
Eddie's like, just trying to fuck shit up?
No, Shanae
Yes.
said it too.
Huh?
Oh,
Shanae
Shanae said it too.
Oh, okay. So
All right.
are we back?
Yes,
Can
we're
they
good.
hear us?
Yes.
All right. We just thought it was Eddie Money just sabotaging your
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
ask for a raise next
Yeah.
week. So,
You showing us everything's wrong?
yeah.
Are we good now?
Yes.
For sure, 100%? Are you got a verification? All right.
That's just in time for CJ's fired.
Yeah.
Our fired segment, guys. We do this every week. We mythologically fire or hire. We're trying to be more positive on this show. More positive, because no one likes to see two big dudes saying everyone sucks.
Yeah.
But
We
we're
don't know
gonna
ball.
we're gonna do that though. We're gonna do that today.
100% fact.
Faux show. But let's get into your fired. Who wants to start?
You got somebody?
Here we go with that little
All
smirk.
right, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on here. All right, I got 3.
Three firings?
Listen,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Quick.
No, you
Number
go
1,
ahead.
I'm going to fire the state of California for jacking up my very first bet and somehow voting for Donald Trump. I don't know what you guys are thinking now. You guys want to do it now?
He bet politics.
You guys want to do it now? All right, we'll get over that. I want to give a promotion to St. John Bosco basketball for beating the team from Santa Ana last night in CIS
Yes.
Southern Section Championship. Ain't no just like football chance this time, motherfuckers. So congrats to Bosco. And then UCLA Twitter. They think Eric Bieniemy is the next coming of Christ. They
Good for them. I thought it was a good hire.
Do you though, Rafa?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, he just came from the NFL.
Okay. I mean,
It's not a bet. He's not the head
You
coach.
need to do something.
something, but like I'm sorry. I think this is like. Do you think Eric Bieniemy is going to have a real impact next year? Next year, do you think he's going to have a real impact on whatever?
I think they'll be better.
You think so? You think
Not
of
better
Eric-
than this year. I think what Eddie probably means is they'll be a better team than they were last week without Bieniemy.
Yes.
Here's my issue. You as a program are competing with USC. Period, point blank. You're competing with the LA talent coming out of the LA base because you're not going to really recruit out of California because you're UCLA.
USC has
Hold
trouble.
on.
USC has trouble with the LA base.
Yeah, exactly. But the scraps that they're getting from the LA base, which is more now because Lincoln Riley is there, it's more. UCLA is not getting. So do you think Eric Bieniemy is going to recruit kids from California? Does he have any appeal to California
let's
kids?
see how he does.
I don't think it's a good
Let's
hire.
see how he does.
He'll recruit-
If he takes that team and they start putting up 35, 32 points a game or whatever, and the offense looks similar to what
First Big Ten defenses?
let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. The guy was an NFL coordinator. He had Sam Howell throwing for tons of fucking yards,
There you go.
touchdowns,
Good-
and
good point.
interceptions. I mean,
Yes.
fuck, that was Sam Howell.
Yes.
That was against NFL teams in a pretty good fucking division. And
Yeah.
that guy managed to do some shit. And I don't know if you know that he was the coordinator of Patty Mahomes. I don't know if you know that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to.
Not the real one. Just the fake one. I mean,
Oh,
Andy Reid was the real coordinator there.
Come on, dude.
Hey, listen, he'll recruit Bishop Amont. He's a Bishop Amont grad. He'll definitely get some kids.
Let's see
coming out of
how
there.
he does this year with not a very good roster. And if he manages to put up a bunch of points with that, below average Big Ten roster,
Yes.
and they do well, maybe he gets some kids.
If in 2 years every kid's from Whittier and Almani, then we know he's doing what he can do in Bishop Amont territory. Bunch of small ass Mexicans at D line. Well, okay, thank you. 3 firings there. Hakatomi Plaza, it looks like you want to fire everybody, man.
I just want to fire the ref on Sunday's game from Real Madrid and Valencia. There was a last-minute goal that was not counted because the ref blew the whistle mid-cross.
That was egregious.
And Bellingham headed it right into the goal, and everyone went nuts.
they called no goal.
They called no goal because the ref blew the whistle mid-cross.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen before.
That's what they said in the whole after game, like post game interview. No one's ever seen that happen before, and the ref was bombarded for like an hour after that game. There was a fight after the game. It was a mess.
Usually on they give extra time. It's never like by the book when they give extra time, right?
Usually you give it when you end it when there's no chance left.
Literally, it should never be blown on a cross.
Yeah. And it was mid-cross, and you see the ref blow whistle as
he
he's
had
crossing
the draw.
it.
Was it a draw?
It ended up being a draw.
Yeah, he had the draw.
Was he sponsored by steak? Did it say steak on his fucking jersey on the back?
Jersey. He 100% had the draw.
Yeah, it was bad.
100%.
That's pretty crazy. He should never get to umpire.
Referee. Referee. Yeah. It's definitely a referee. Definitely a referee.
Whatever.
But I want to hire someone. I just want to give props to D'Angelo Russell of the Lakers, who's been playing extremely well the last handful of weeks.
He has.
As well as, I told you guys last week, Bucks are going to start rolling. Told you guys 2 weeks ago. They're going to start rolling after the All-Star break. They've also been rolling. I think they've won 6 in a row. They'll be facing the Warriors tonight. Bucks on fire, winning the Eastern Conference at least this year.
They look good, man. They look good for sure.
The Celtics have been rolling the past 2 months.
Until last night.
Okay, they were up 22.
To start the fourth quarter, and some white dude named fucking Dean Wade.
Oh, he went off.
When you see a thing and you see the fucking thing, it says D Wade.
They weren't
D-Wade,
trying.
You never think it's a white dude.
They were up 20.
Are you sure that wasn't D Wade in whiteface?
They were.
Oh, it definitely was not.
They were in coast mode. They had no.
D Wade in whiteface. He'd be wearing a dress before he did whiteface.
That's happening.
Dude, they were in coast mode. The game, they didn't score a bucket for fucking 4 minutes in the fourth quarter at one point.
It was bad, but I think right now Celtics are way better than the Bucks.
Yeah, they don't have the killer instinct. We'll get to that tomorrow.
We'll talk some NBA, and we have some thoughts on that. I want to get into a controversial high school game yesterday in the state of New Jersey.
I saw that.
I would like to fire the referees. There was 3 referees of, I think the name of the team is Manasquan High School in New Jersey. They were in the semifinals last night. If it was all over the internet, and they had a tip, a basketball tip with 0.5 seconds. It looked like it went through. I mean, it was clear. If you stopped the tape, it was clear it was good. There was just no question that the tip was good. And these kids are not going to be able to participate in their state championship because
they lost.
Of a bad call. No, because of a bad call. And here's the thing. And
sounds like they lost.
Okay, so let's put some levels to this. So the refs, screwed up. It's obvious the refs screwed up. But here's the backup levels. Listen, you can't go by. There's no video replay as far as I know. But how about putting some blame on the adults here in this situation? Number one, the association. We have CIF here, whatever it is, NJSS or whatever it is over there. This is a semifinal game. If it's clear and obvious that this team won the game and the basket went through at point 2 or 3, then you know what? Say we made a mistake. It's clear that this other team won, and New Jersey, whatever association, should let the other team win.
That's a terrible precedent to send.
No.
That's
Why?
a terrible precedent to send. Because then at every single level, teams are going to, they did it, so let's start reversing stuff. No, you can't do that. Refs make mistakes, and at the end of the day, they're going to make mistakes, and we're going to yell about it and scream about it as fans, but you can never, ever, ever say we're going to go back and change
if
a score.
If there's clear and obvious, result, it's a clear, obvious call that they screwed up the call. It's not like this team, they had a second chance.
Well,
it's not 2 out of 3.
The weird thing is that they counted it at first.
Yes. How about that?
And then they talked about it after the game.
And then waved it off.
Which makes, to me, that makes zero sense. If you counted it, why would you go back and wave it off if you have no evidence that you shouldn't have counted in the first place?
But that
was within a minute, though. It's not like they
but still, it's like you counted it. If you have no clear evidence that it shouldn't be counted, leave your call as is.
I think both things should be true. They shouldn't have reversed the call the first time. That's a fuck up. And then they fucked up again.
So that's it. That's it. It's over. Why
Those
can't
refs
they-
should be
why?
fired.
If you can
Because-
get it right, why wouldn't you get it right? It's not like it's a 2 out of 3.
Because there's
it's not like
no-
there's another game. This is to go to the state championship.
Because
There's no
subjective refereeing is a
replay.
part of the game.
There's no replay.
Oh, really? Because the whole country saw it, and it's all. The thing is, there's
no
replay.
replay
Replay built
in the
in the
game.
system of the game.
There's no replay
Okay.
built in the system.
Let me go to an okay. So, my third firing. Now, this team and this coach and that other school, they're really gonna go knowing that they lost the game.
Yes, 100%. What the fuck? You're not gonna go? You
You never seen that Gatorade commercial where he
Yeah,
says,
that shit is fake
Coach,
as fuck.
Coach, I
yeah,
touched
that's
the ball.
not a Gatorade commercial. It's one of
So
those.
you're gonna tell
I
the
know what you
Rams
did.
the Rams shouldn't feel good by going to Super Bowl after the Saints?
No. This is different. This
It's
is
the same
This
thing.
is the last play of the game. It's obvious the game. The
Eddie,
game
that was
was
the
over.
last play of the game.
That ended the game. That play ended the game.
No,
Yes.
Yes,
no,
they
no,
went-
no, no, no.
ended
It
the
wasn't.
game.
But there's no clear evidence that if that play didn't happen,
They kicked the field goal.
They kicked the field goal.
but you can't. No, but you can't say they couldn't block the
But
field goal.
the
This is
po-
different.
The point of it is that subjective refereeing is a part of the game. I'm saying that the refs shouldn't referee a fucking playoff game ever again. Like that referee, that whole crew should be
you can-
done.
Yeah, you should change the rules for next year. You fucked up. That's it.
That's it.
It's
Adapt.
over. You can't. Oh no, wait. Let me call you back. Blah 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 blah.
Because then we're gonna
Offensive
start
foul.
having these big ass discussions of, oh my gosh,
It's a very different situation. There's 0.3 seconds when the ball goes through the hoop. It's the final play. There is no subjective what ifs in this situation. There is no more what ifs. The ball went in. There's no more time left. The clear winner got jobbed, and someone as an adult needs to help these kids out and say, you didn't win. This other team won. We're going to put you guys through to the state championship. That's how I see it.
we'll move on.
No, that is so bad.
I don't agree, but let's move on.
Okay. I think people would agree with me, man. I really, really do.
People today will agree with you.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. Referees fuck up all the time. They fucked up. Oh well, shit's over. You know what should happen? You should have been a 5 and not been in that situation.
As
boom.
a fan as a fan of a team, if I watch that, I'm saying don't be in that situation. Be up 20. Don't be in a situation where we're about to be in a situation where we have to rely on refs.
Don't get screwed?
That's gonna happen. Teams get screwed, Eddie. That's what happens. That's a
I
part of
don't know.
sports.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, we should make a poll with that because the thing is, I already explained myself. That is, does anyone else want to fire me or hire anybody? No, that's it. Well, then that's your fired, I guess.
He's so mad.
He's so upset about
I thought
it.
I had a great point.
It's-
If you can fix it, why not fix it? It's clear and obvious.
I hope they fix it and they fucking lose by 80 the next game.
That's fine.
Like,
That's
it.
fine.
They made a mistake. It doesn't matter. They changed the call together as a group of 3 referees. They changed the call. They fucked up.
What did you see? What did you see? What
Yeah,
did you see? They
they
obviously
didn't-
came to consensus that they
Yeah.
all saw the same shit.
Yeah, so it's like it was probably 2 against 1. Those 2 dudes probably knew uncles from the other team.
That sucks. I'm just hurt. I mean, I know state championship for kids. It's such a huge deal. That's a moment that's being
Listen,
taken away.
nobody
from
on
them.
that team was any good if the game was 46-45. Okay, so
It's high school basketball.
I don't give a fuck. 46-45.
I also am thinking about
And in New Jersey, I think they have a no shot clock.
they have no
thing.
shot clock.
Even worse. Get the fuck out of here. Shouldn't even be spoken about.
There goes
46-45.
the positivity out the window. Took us 6 minutes.
We can do both.
Here I am trying to be positive.
You were positive, all right. It was a good touching story. We'll clip it. We'll clip it well.
Yes.
With a nice little music, maybe a violin playing. Yeah.
There you go.
Cue the violin, Edward.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Celine
Christ.
Dion.
And this guy coached football, people say.
That's the word. Well,
Oh.
that is your fired. Guys, we're going to get into some NFL talk. You know, NFL season never ends, man. It's a constant rolling season. It's always interesting. The NFL Combine just finished. I watched almost every single minute of it,
Jesus.
and I sent you guys videos, and you guys
Poor guy.
think I'm sick, but I don't know why it's interesting to me. I get to learn players and watch them, and so that.
So
being
what's your
said,
biggest take?
My biggest take is that kid that ran the 4-1 or 4-2,
Worthy?
4-2-1. Worthy. Straight garbage, man. He ain't gonna do
Garbage.
shit.
Garbage.
Straight garbage. Listen, name someone who's in the last 20 years.
has a 40. Chris Johnson, that's it. Everybody else
Johnson.
sucks.
Yes.
All those other guys on that list.
It's like the kiss of death, really.
Yeah.
To run the fastest time, it usually pans out
Garbage.
that you don't do anything. Good for the kid. I saw someone stupid say the Chiefs should take him at 31. Come on, man.
31 from the end of the draft.
The kid's fast. I get it, but that doesn't always translate to football player. Look at Puka Nacua, man. Do I say his name? Puka Nacua, right? Guy ran whatever. But you want to say something, Hakatomi Plaza? It looks like you have something on your mind.
You look upset. This man. This is when you know there's degenerate gamblers in the room. When this man is watching rebounds on a player in the first quarter of a game, and he's sweating every fucking rebound. I'm watching his guy not grab a rebound, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Literally, like I hate that tips count as rebounds.
Well, no, it's offensive tips.
Defensive too.
No. Defensive.
Well,
if you tip it and somebody
yeah.
else grabs it, it's not his rebound. But on offense,
Well, they're counting them. I'm adding them up, and they're counting them.
Maybe we
Someone
should watch
has the
film
under.
and do tape.
yeah, someone's got the under here. So, anyways,
Other things, J.J. McCarthy threw.
garbage.
Everyone said
Okay, everyone's saying that he's gonna be like a top 10 pick now. 'cause
now
of the
they're saying
combine.
top 6.
We thought at some point in the season that he wasn't bad. Jacob swore that he wasn't very good. I hope he goes to the Raiders.
I really.
Oh man, yeah. I hope he doesn't. They said
me so happy.
they did interview him. Supposedly his stock rose. I don't get why. I saw every pass that he made. He has a strong arm. No one ever said he didn't have a strong
Joe
arm.
Milton, strong arm.
Oh no, that's a different level right there. Milton is
Also, a kiss of death, throwing 80 yards at the combine.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
AR-15.
Well, he hasn't played, so it could
Kiss
be.
of death.
And that's your boy.
Did you guys see Bo Nix?
Yeah,
Yes.
do nothing.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the throws at the end?
He didn't
Him
throw.
and Sam Howell.
Yeah, he did.
Him and
Bo
Sam
Nix
Howell.
threw?
It was him and Sam Howell.
Sam Hartman.
Sam Hartman. I'm sorry.
I was like,
Yeah, don't-
Sam Hartman. I got
Yeah.
names confused. They were both throwing. I don't know if it was at the end, but they were both throwing together. And Bo Nix was, oh my goodness, garbage.
dude, Sam Howell again. Oh, here we go. You got me saying Sam Howell now. No, not very impressive at all. Bo Nix, not very impressive. His arm, he wasn't accurate. To me, not very impressive at all. His stock might have been hurt. Another quarterback that jumped up levels, our man from UW, man.
Oh, he's
Michael
fucking-
Penix
He
Jr.
could throw it, man.
The combine is so honestly stupid. There, I said it.
Really?
Garbage!
Look at Will Levis. I mean, his combine shot him up. Strong arm, fast, big. That combine
Didn't
was
Mitchell
good to him.
Trubisky's combine shoot him up too?
That's the
How
thing.
about Josh Mother effing Allen? Without the combine, I mean, are you gonna look at his film at freaking Wyoming?
Josh Allen is an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Because the reason he went up so high was because of his combine and his
He's
pro
still
day.
an elite quarterback in the NFL.
I know, but what I'm saying is he shot up due to the combine. Because I saw someone post yesterday that showed a highlight of Josh Allen at Wyoming and said,
Can you? Okay.
it said,
You're good. We
It-
can hear
it-
you.
it showed-
You can hear yourself.
Yeah, I can.
it showed this ridiculous play. It says, this is what Josh Allen would look like at Wyoming. It's exactly what you thought it would look like. He rolled out left, spun around, went right, and then went up the middle, got undercut, did a flip in the air, and freaking fumbled. I mean, his film was bad at Wyoming. But because of the combine and his 80-yard throw, I mean, I think they say he actually has. They're calling the fade route in the combine. They're calling it the Josh Allen drill. That's how well that
I'll be
went for
darned.
him. So, I think Penix really helped himself. I told Rafa earlier today that there was a rumor that Penix trained with like 10 guys at, for the combine, and they're saying that he ran the 40 over there and ran something like a 4.5.
That don't mean shit.
Garbage!
Don't mean shit.
So you don't think Penix he's not gonna pan out in the NFL?
I do. I like Penix.
I think the combine does not tell me that this man is gonna be good or bad at football.
I agree with Jacob 100,000%.
The thing is that people are saying that the McCarthy from Michigan is gonna be, combine is gonna help his draft. If you watch any of his tape at Michigan,
Garbage.
it would tell you that this man should not be taken in the first round
You know what? He had
of
a bunch.
football.
You know what? He was in a system. We talk about that all
It doesn't
the time.
matter.
Did you see what Blake Corum said?
If your system had an elite quarterback, you would change your system to follow the elite quarterback.
Did you hear what Blake
No,
Corum
no,
said?
no.
What did he say? Please tell me.
He said that I think it was a game against Penn State. I might be incorrect here, but it was one of those games, and I want to say it was a game against Penn State where they ran the ball
In the second half, they didn't pass the ball.
yeah, they ran
That's
the ball
game.
like 28 straight times. He
Yeah.
goes, that's when I knew we were going to win the national title. So what does that tell you? If we ran the ball 28 straight times and that man thought at that moment we're going to win the title, that means we're going to win it with this motherfucker not throwing the ball.
That is
100%.
That is a Jim Harbaugh.
It
style
doesn't
offense.
matter.
He's done
It
it.
doesn't-
He's done it at Stanford. He's done it at San Francisco.
With
Run
Andrew
first.
Luck.
If
He
you
did at
if you look
Stanford
at
with
Andrew
Andrew Luck.
Luck's tape, it's not DJ McCarthy's tape.
Factual.
Yeah, and they didn't pass the ball. They ran the ball 86,000 times at
They
Stanford.
still threw the ball a lot at
Jim
Stanford.
Harbaugh has
No,
one good
no,
year at
no, they
Michigan, and we got
didn't.
to fucking
Yes,
give
they
him the
did.
world.
With Jim Harbaugh?
Yes.
They ran 8 offensive linemen out there.
What did Jim Harbaugh do with Denard Robinson? Garbage.
Ran the ball. What I'm saying is, Jim Harbaugh's style is run, run, run. He's done it wherever he's gone. If I'm Justin,
So you're defending JJ.
to the point where I do believe that he's in a system where they didn't ask him to throw the ball.
But I think he was smart to go to a system where the system was, we're going to run the ball only. We're not going to go and throw the ball. If I was
University-
a great quarterback
The
and I
hate
knew
this
I was
man has.
amazing, I would not go to a team that's going to run the ball all the time.
If you get drafted by the University of Michigan Wolverines,
Drafted? I don't think they draft anyone.
Recruited, you go there. University of Michigan had 8 offensive linemen at the combine, and Zach Zinter, who was hurt, didn't even do anything. So that means he had 9 studs, 9 guys.
Sounds like he had a great team around him.
He
didn't have to do
did.
shit.
He did. That's the style that Jim Harbaugh.
And that's why
forms a
I don't
team.
understand how scouts can look at that and be like, he's going to be top 10 quarterback.
Well-
What about his tape is amazing? Hitting the ball off?
There were some games I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty
bad.
good.
If it's going to be the Zach Wilson.
No,
What? No.
Yes,
no,
it is.
no, no.
Okay.
No. Zach Wilson had a stronger arm.
Also smaller. Zach was way smaller. Listen,
Doesn't mean
I'm not a professional analyst. They're saying, I'm telling you, it's going to be a quarterback frenzy this year. The run on quarterbacks is going to be huge. I don't think J.J. McCarthy makes it past 8 at Falcons.
Garbage. There's no way. Garbage.
Well,
It's going to happen, and I'm going to laugh at any team who picks JJ McCarthy.
let's go into the
Well,
next.
we'll see what his situation. If he goes to Atlanta, great situation for JJ.
Yes.
Really good running back, good receivers.
That's fine. He can go to any system he wants to.
That's not true.
He's going to have to make NFL throws.
If he goes to the Falcons, they're in the playoffs next year.
Stop it.
Ooh,
Let's get in-
close.
Let's get into the next big rumor that Rich Eisen opened his big mouth and everyone ran with it. Is that he heard multiple times at the combine that the Giants, in his words, are done with Danny Dimes and have buyer's remorse. I said it in my mock draft 2 weeks ago that the Giants would take a quarterback, and they're at 6. What do you guys have to say about that? Do the Giants? That's a strong rumor to put out there, man. A very, very strong rumor. And what do you guys think? BS, smokescreen?
I still think it's BS. They have way too many, they have nothing on offense. And Saquon's going to be gone, probably. They have nothing. So, I don't know how much of that I believe.
Well, I mean,
It could be them trying to make someone trade up to that spot.
I was just about to ask
Yeah.
you the smoke screen.
oh yeah, I mean, the combine's known for that. And if you tell Rich Eisen that and tell him not to say anything,
He's going to say it.
he's gonna say it. And he said it. And everyone knows Rich Eisen's a huge Jets fan. So,
Garbage.
huge Jets fan.
He made it up.
And Danny Dimes, his money, 100% guaranteed next year.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Like
you are-
51 million, man.
You knew it was. You knew it was a 2-year deal at $86 million or whatever the fuck it was.
It was more than that.
No, it was 4 for 140, but it's broken up
I think
the
this
first
last
2 years
year
is 80-something.
is 51, I believe.
All right, so still, he was 1 year removed from the playoffs, and he didn't play, 5 games this year, 6 games?
Yeah.
They look terrible to start the season. I don't like them at all, like fucking zero. I don't think
They
Daniel
look
Jones
better
is any
with
good.
the Virginia Tech quarterback, I thought.
With Tyrod?
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, some guy went on the probably the Rich Eisen show or something, call in or somebody, and he said that Tyrod Taylor looked this good because of the Giants. Bro, Tyrod Taylor looked that good in Baltimore as a backup.
Good at the Chargers.
He's always
Buffalo.
and he was a backup in Baltimore too.
Yeah.
He's always looked pretty good. So I don't know if they drafted. I wouldn't draft a quarterback in the first round if I'm them, because you don't have shit else anywhere else.
The thing is, why I say there's going to be a quarterback frenzy is because next year, free agent quarterbacks, not there. It's notorious. I mean, they're saying it's going to be really bad quarterback class next year in the draft.
They always say that, and then they
No,
pick like
no,
five
no,
guys.
No, because 2 years ago they took fucking Kenny Pickett.
22nd.
That was
And that was the first quarterback on the board.
yeah.
That was bad.
So there's
Garbage.
there's definitely good and bad. You know, this year, not a lot of corners, not a lot of defensive interior.
Eddie pumps me
defense.
up for the fucking draft like never before.
No, but this draft is crazy. Like, this draft is going to be the
It's-
most. I'm not a draft guy, but, like, this draft is exciting.
It's offensive linemen heavy.
Here we go.
Offensive linemen, receivers, ton of receivers.
Guys that don't do shit. We're excited.
Let's move on to the
Look
next.
at CJ get so
Yeah,
disappointed.
let's move on to the next big topic of conversation that everyone's talking about. Mr. What the hell, Mr. Unreliable, Mr. Irresponsible, Mr.
Irrelevant? Oh, sorry.
No, that's Brock Purdy.
That's Brock Purdy. Mr.
Goat.
Whatever. Russell Wilson, you know who the hell I'm talking about, man.
Unlimited.
There you go.
Mr. Limited.
Unlimited.
Unlimited?
That's
yes.
his nickname.
Is it really?
He
Unlimited what?
He made it up.
Unlimited ass
wow.
Yeah, I
whoopings.
hate people who make up, Black Mamba, all those nicknames that people make up for themselves. Russell Wilson, Kobe Bryant.
The chosen one.
That wasn't made up. It was actually.
He has it tattooed on his back in high school.
Yeah,
What do you
'cause
mean
they
wasn't
gave
made
it
up?
to
They
him.
gave it to him.
Who? So, teacher?
Sports Illustrated
His-
made a magazine
the
that
science
said
teacher?
chosen one.
Ninth grade.
Stop it.
I'm just saying.
It's a fact.
I'm just saying.
Whatever, man. So, anyways,
Russell Wilson.
He's done in Denver, which leaves a huge hole at quarterback for the Broncos.
Not a huge hole. The fucking guy played like shit for 2 years. It's just
He
a
actually-
hole.
Here's the thing. He actually had a better year last year than he did the previous year. But Sean Payton's ego is so freaking huge, and I don't think they stand where they're at and go with Stidham. His ego's too big for him to start Stidham. I think they make a splash. I think a lot of teams are looking to move up. You have Minnesota, Raiders.
You think Denver? You think he drafts a quarterback?
I think Denver might. I said something crazy 2 months ago. I said Dak to Denver. I think that's
They just took an $85 million cap hit. They can't pay another quarterback that money.
I don't think Sean Payton has 3 years. I don't think he's gonna suck for
But
3
they don't
years.
have the money to pay another quarterback.
Listen.
Literally.
I don't think they draft one where just because Sean Payton, you gave up a draft pick to get this guy.
You gave up everything in your mama to get that guy.
Yeah, so I don't think you get that. I don't think you get a.
It's being labeled maybe the worst trade in NFL history, second to the Herschel Walker.
Dude, and Russell Wilson's going to go next year and make the playoffs on some team.
The Steelers.
100%.
Yes.
If he goes to the Steelers, he makes the playoffs. If he goes to he can go to the Giants and they draft the receiver, and obviously they're not going to do that because they got to pay.
Okay,
Daniel Jones a fuck ton of
okay,
money.
but still, don't say that.
Is Russell Wilson, is he going to put his ego aside and take a huge pay cut? Because
No.
I don't see him going anywhere and getting paid $30 million.
He doesn't have to.
Well, who's going to take him?
I'm telling you right now, a team will pay him $30 million.
Who?
a lot of teams.
A lot of teams. The Steelers would.
Steelers would in a heartbeat.
They would do it right now.
A shitload of teams.
Well, I said it loud. I mean, that's my favorite.
Atlanta, the Steelers.
I would do it. Well,
the,
not me as a Raider fan, but if I was another team,
The
I would consider
Patriots.
Eh,
Are you kidding? Tampa Bay?
They're going to get Baker.
Well, if they don't,
Baker
Tampa
State.
Bay.
Yeah.
Well, those are my thoughts. Anyone else on Russell? Michael Brown has no.
Michael Brown's absent.
Yeah, he's
absent.
he's watching kids or something, man, or he's looking up.
I'd love Russell to go to the Raiders.
You're such a piece of shit.
Oh God, yeah. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
He wants McCarthy, and he wants Russell Wilson to go to the Raiders.
I want the Raiders to be good, man, to make us back. You know, I
it.
swear to God.
Stop
I
it.
feel like you guys are wasting Devontae Adams and Max Crosby.
Here
It's
we
just a
go.
waste on a ship franchise. Literally, do something about it.
We're
They're
gonna talk
peak.
some Raiders.
Okay, but Wilson just have to answer
Why not?
because I'd rather take a young quarterback with zero money that's tied to it, and you build.
What do you give a fuck about the money that the Raiders spend?
Because I want them to spend it on defense.
They don't. They don't spend the money in the
They
right places.
have to.
Bro, listen.
It's a
if
new
I'm a Raider
GM.
Fan, if I'm a Raider fan, I don't give a fuck how much money you spent. If I'm a fan of any team, like, oh, you have 50, 60, 70 million dollars? Perfect.
I
Bring
give
in
a fuck
Saquon for
because-
11
I give a
million.
fuck
Bring in
because-
fucking this guy for 15. Give me Russell Wilson for 30. There's my offense. Russell Wilson, Saquon
That sounds like
Barkley.
a shit offense.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna say that.
Let's play Madden and put them on
I don't think
together.
Russell fits the personality with Antonio Pierce. I don't think he fits the personality of Max Crosby. Is the leader of that team, not Devontae Adams, not Antonio Pierce. It's not Tom Telesco. Max Crosby is the face of that franchise and the heartbeat of the Raiders. And Russell Wilson does not fit in that, like, it's sort of like if you lay 5 of those Raiders out and you put Russell Wilson there, like, who doesn't belong here? It's Russell Wilson. You say that doesn't belong
So we're
here.
just going to waste another phenomenal year by
No,
Devontae Adams.
No,
they
because look
gotta-
at Jane Daniels.
They got to go get someone. That's Russell Wilson.
Eddie Money said Russ would not fit in that locker room at all.
That's exactly
Tired
my
of this
point.
Russell Wilson hate.
So, okay,
He sucks.
listen. Let's
He only sucks when he was the Broncos quarterback. Now he's gone from the Broncos. Let's see what other team he goes to. As long as he doesn't go to the Cowboys, which he can't,
can't.
I can't hate him.
So, listen, Russell Wilson, the rumors are Falcons, Bears, Raiders, Vikings, Steelers. I think he fits with the Steelers. I think that's the most
The Bears rumor is the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah, that's just dumbass.
That's so dumb.
Makes no sense.
I think it's the Steelers. We said it last week. And
What about the Vikings? What about the Vikings? You have 2 stud receivers.
That's where my pick was.
What about the Vikings?
Because-
Dude, the Vikings are so much closer than all the other teams.
There's already reports that Steelers aren't in on Russell Wilson. There's already they're already sending it out there that we're not gonna.
They're not on the odds, and the Vikings are at plus 95, plus 950.
Who's the favorite?
The favorite is the Raiders at plus 275.
Oh my God!
Corner DraftKings.
What the?
Man, well, DraftKings, they just do
you guys
that.
have no fucking idea what you guys are talking about. That's ridiculous.
Cut Bet has better odds than that for
Oh,
sure.
100%.
Give me Cut
Oh,
Bet.
I lied. Steelers have best odds at minus 200. Raiders have best next best odds at
that's
plus
more like it.
275.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steelers are minus 200. But those odds change quick. Belichick was favored at one point to get the
Yeah.
Falcons job.
Yeah.
He
Then
didn't-
the Chargers job.
yeah, he didn't
That's
get
as of
shit.
earlier today.
Okay, so those are good odds. Raiders at plus 275.
Kirk Cousins, probably, this is crazy. And like I said, it's a quarterback frenzy off here. Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles, not gonna be ready to like really participate in OTAs and all that stuff. Has to learn a new offense unless he stays with Minnesota. He's like the hottest ticket around right now.
Because he's a good quarterback.
Pretty good quarterback. Pretty good.
I would take
Now-
on the Raiders.
It's above average,
Oh,
for sure.
Devontae Adams said he would. Where do we think Kirk Cousins lands? I say the Vikings step up. The Vikings or the Falcons for me.
I say the Falcons. I think the Vikings really want a young quarterback.
The thing is, the Falcons. I think what team can take a quarterback and in their mind, the Jets of last year, Jets in their mind thought if we got an
Aaron
elite
Rodgers.
quarterback or close to elite, obviously they got a superstar elite quarterback who got hurt. What team in your mind do you see if I get an elite quarterback
Atlanta.
or close to elite, I make the playoffs and maybe a run? Is it
Atlanta.
Atlanta? Is it back to Minnesota? Minnesota needs defense.
Steelers.
The Steelers for sure. Do the Raiders fall into that group? Like we ended the year with a good defense at the end of the season, since AP took over, whatever they were, top 5, top 10, top 8, I don't know what it was. You guys, in their mind, the Raiders' mindset, if we bring in Kirk Cousins, are we a playoff team?
Listen, I would take Kirk Cousins. No. Not
I would take him as a Raider fan. You'd take, at this point, fucking the shell of Joe Montana. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, does Kirk Cousins make the Raiders a playoff 11-win team?
10 wins.
I think it makes them. I mean, listen, we beat the Chiefs, and I say we because I have a Raider tattoo and I can. Beat the Chiefs and didn't complete a pass in the second, third, or fourth quarter with the dude from Purdue who was a walk-on. So anything at quarterback, anything is going to be better than AOC, I believe.
But you're a Raider fan.
Yes.
Looking at your roster, the makeup of your team, does Kirk Cousins make you an 11-win team?
Well,
yes.
You have to spend the 48 wisely. You got to get a defensive tackle.
Well, 48 is basically going to Kirk Cousins. So you can't say that.
Kirk Cousins make you that? Does it take you that notch above if you're the Raiders?
Yes.
Because for me, if I'm Atlanta, Kirk Cousins takes me. Fuck. I think, and this, I'll get hate for this. I think that Ryan Tannehill takes the Falcons to a playoff spot. I'm talking about just a playoff spot.
Hate.
I'm just talking about a playoff spot.
No, okay.
So Kirk Cousins.
I agree with that only because that division's so bad that
that's what
100%.
I'm saying. I'm talking about the division. Last year, I thought Carr going to the Saints, they would win the division and make the playoffs.
Turns out he's worse.
Garbage.
Turns out he's really bad.
Garbage. So, but the Saints thought that. The Jets thought that. Obviously, Rodgers got hurt. What teams this year can take that guy, that quarterback, and go to the next level? Not talking about drafting a rookie.
Steelers, Falcons, and Raiders.
Right.
And if he stays at Minnesota, all three.
Okay, so we're looking at now, if we take last year, we could say Rodgers and Carr were the two free agent quarterbacks that were Pro Bowlers, blah, blah, blah.
You guys did that.
Well, listen.
That's what the NFL thought.
That's what everybody thought. So, literally, the Saints were like minus 200 to win the division or some shit. So, this year, you have Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins. Those are those two guys from last year that teams thought if we pick up, we can make a run in the playoffs, get to the playoffs, maybe win a game or two. What are the teams this year? Last year, it was the Jets and obviously the Saints. This year, is it the Falcons, I think, would be one because of the division. Who is two? It's the Raiders, two, with the improvement of their defense to end the season. Who is it? Who's the other team?
I think it's Atlanta. Everyone's really high on Atlanta, like extremely high. They're saying I think everyone's saying that with the good to great quarterback, they make the playoffs and they probably make a run in the playoffs.
Their issue last year was 100% quarterback issues.
Right. Yeah, and they were
still in the division running.
To the last couple. Yeah.
To like the last 3 weeks, and then they got really bad.
And they had a good defense. I think they finished like top 10 or 11 in defense.
Yeah. So
you think Atlanta? Give me the other team. Is it the Steelers? Is it the Raiders?
Steelers made the playoffs, didn't they?
No, they could. They were up. They were 9-8 though.
But they didn't. Yeah, because
they automatically start the season 9-8.
Yeah,
and then from there you just kind of improve.
Yeah, you hope to get that.
They improve from there, but it's automatic 500 or better.
It's Atlanta, Steelers, the Raiders.
The Raiders, you guys as Raider fans, you really believe if you got Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson. Westbrook Wilson's almost the same shit at this point. Yeah. Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, do they make a run at the playoffs?
Not Russell Wilson
for the Raiders.
Not Wilson.
Or not Wilson on any team.
I think it's only the Steelers because
with Wilson
because that defense can make up for so much.
You don't think Wilson in Atlanta?
I don't. I really don't.
You don't think so either?
I said it 2 years ago. I thought Russ was done. His facade, his whole character has been shown. He was a difficult teammate. He wanted his own parking spot. He wanted his own coaches. He wanted his own office. Peyton came in and said none of that shit. He got exposed. Seattle guys, remember he was doing lunges on after a loss. He was doing lunges on the plane. His act is tired. He's not and a lot of people said this is who he is. To me, he doesn't come off as genuine. And we've talked about being genuine at quarterback. You can't fake it like a head coach. You got to be genuine.
So we're just throwing all his shit out the window. Like all his accomplishments that he accomplished, everything he accomplished in the NFL was garbage.
Okay, so
He was one play call away from having 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, so that
He
we
threw
just
the
fucking
pick.
throw it away?
Well,
And he's not Eli Manning
Players
either.
regress. Like that's just a fact.
Yeah, that's fine. But you're talking about, he's not genuine. Like,
I'm not
fuck
throwing
genuine.
everything away. Listen, he was in a place. Remember, the whole thing was let Russ cook. They ran the ball and played defense. All those years, they were a defensive team, and they let Legion of Boom, march on beast mode. I mean, the defense they had, they were a running team. And then when shit went crazy, they let Russ cook. He made plays
He
with his
cooked
feet.
enough. He did some cooking.
No,
gourmet fucking meals.
Did he-
Tyler Lockett, fucking the guy's this big. It's gourmet fucking meals.
Did he win an MVP? I think he won an MVP, right?
I'm almost sure he won MVP,
Yeah.
but we can check that.
Yeah.
The guy's an all Russell Wilson.
No, he didn't.
I think he did.
We could check.
he didn't.
He had one
Top
season.
3.
He had one season where he scored 50
He
touchdowns.
never won
I don't know
MVP. He came second twice.
Good enough for me.
He's never won MVP.
I'm just saying.
The man cooked though. Don't say he didn't cook.
No, he cooked.
He cooked. Come on. He was cooking. Good looking.
He has not won MVP.
He has not won an MVP. Yeah, I mean, to me, I said this earlier too. It shows, and everyone's talking about it. It shows how great of a coach Pete Carroll was. That they were really good, and they were a defensive team. Here's a situation where I would take Russell Wilson. I wouldn't do it with a smile. I would be upset about it. I'd bitch about it. I'd talk shit every freaking Sunday about him. If they somehow got Russ on a Geno Smith deal, like a $22 million, right? And then somehow Penix fell to the second round to the Raiders, I would be okay with that. And in very specific, circumstances. That's how I would be okay with it. Anything else, I would not be okay with.
I think if Russell went to Atlanta, I think they're a much better team. They have an elite running back, or soon to be elite, as 1 year
Yeah.
removed from his rookie season, and he was phenomenal.
But I still think in that division, you still have the
Garbage.
the Bucks who are better than
Garbage.
the Bucks are better than them with Baker at
Garbage.
quarterback.
Garbage.
And you still have the Saints who are. I would still put them ahead of Atlanta because I don't think Wilson makes that much of a difference for me in my mind.
No,
Well, let's move on to the last quarterback. You had just brought it up. Baker Mayfield. Great last year. I mean, we talked a lot of shit. The Bucks re-signed Evans,
to a lot of fucking money.
which he deserved, and had a great
He
year.
deserved every fucking
And
penny.
Baker threw it to him, man. Baker throws a great back shoulder, and that was their bread and butter. If you're the Bucks or any other team, is Baker Mayfield
He's staying with the Bucks.
really?
Mike Evans.
you gotta pay him.
Mike Evans' deal was Mike Evans basically said, "I'm not signing here if you don't have
A quarterback.
You think that was a little caveat,
that
like a
had
little side
100%."
deal?
Well, what are they paying Baker? Is it the Daniel Jones deal?
You know what? To me, Baker made his money, man. First pick overall, right? First.
But he
pick.
never got a second contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been on.
Yeah,
you know.
this is where he gets his money. He's not made.
He got some good insurance money.
Well, he won a playoff game.
Yeah.
He had a really good year.
He came
Does
close to
get-
beating the Chiefs. He came close
When?
when they played the Chiefs in the playoffs.
No, that he was in the fuck. What are you talking about? They played the. Who did the Tampa Bay play?
No.
Oh, they played the Lions.
No, the Browns.
Oh, with
When
the
he- when-
Browns. Yeah, that was, so did fucking, what's his name? The blonde-haired girl from Jacksonville. What's his name? Trevor? Trevor Lawrence did too, and he was fucking...
Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine, and he didn't make the fucking playoffs
So,
last year.
do you think? Because I think Baker fits in that personality with the Raiders. I think.
Baker, the Raiders are not signing Baker.
Where, do you think he fits? With
Too much money.
Do you think he fits with Minnesota?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he fits with Atlanta?
Yeah, he fits in every team. I just don't think the Raiders... I don't think the Raiders have enough money to sign Cousins or Baker, in my opinion.
I would love to see Baker as a Raider.
I
I would love to. It makes me so excited. Like I would. Ooh, I would like almost
That's
support
what
the
I
Raiders.
like him to do well.
That's what
like
I
Baker
said.
to do well.
I
to
said
do well.
Yes.
if I was Raiders, I would pay everything to get Baker.
Yeah.
I think
But
Baker,
it's not
you
happening.
did say that.
Easy,
I said
easy.
You
that.
did say that like a handful of
Yeah.
weeks ago. I think Baker's one of those players. I think I can root for.
Yes,
for
because
Baker.
as a
Yes.
Raider hater, like
Except
as
if
a
he was
pure,
a Cowboy quarterback, I'd never
yes,
root for Baker.
but as a pure Raider
Other
hater,
than that-
I would tune into Raider games like fuck yeah, like Baker, like
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go.
But it's not happening. He's gonna stay with the Bucks, and it's hurts my heart.
That makes sense. I would think Evans said I had a great year. And Evans, actually, Evans just wants to get paid. Evans has a ring. I don't think Evans gives a fuck who his quarterback is.
Yeah, not anymore. I think he just wants to get
he
paid,
wants
but he
that
also
money,
wants to get
man.
the ball. He also wants to get the ball. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all wide receivers want the rock. By the way, so
So that is our quarterback talk. Franchise tags came down this week. Another thing where NFL is crazy. There's some great talent where tags didn't happen. The one that sticks out to me is going to be a very Raider heavy show.
fucking A.
Is Chris Jones, defensive tackle, who I thought
Here we go, another Raider theory.
Who
By
I-
the way,
who-
Vucevic
no,
had another rebound.
There's
He has 7 right now.
he just got another one. He's got 8.
Chris Jones, defensive tackle, little long in the tooth, little old, but I think he's requesting, anywhere from that 27 to 31 million. Going to be expensive, but 100% Chris Jones is an elite defensive tackle. He plays the run. He rushes from the defensive tackle position. He gets after the quarterback. He's a difference maker. And
A dog.
He's a dog. I forget who it is. He came out and said the big rumor was the Raiders. Wasn't me. But I think he stays in the division. It always happens, right? These stars like to stay in the division.
Can you imagine? You guys are Raider fans, so people, whenever you clip this, make sure and write in the disclaimer that I am not a Raider fan. But the rest of the crew is, with the exception of CJ and Luke, who's not here. But imagine, Chris Jones and Max Crosby with that defense and that defense. But you need to complement.
You need a linebacker.
Well, fuck the linebacker. You need some offense.
I was going to say,
complement
you
that
need some
defense.
offensive compliment. Like, you need something.
Games
you need
10-3.
a quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes is only going to get sacked so many times.
You need a quarterback. Quarterback is number one job for Tom Telesco. But, I mean, the whole Jimmy G taking whatever he took really helped out the Raiders. It helps them cancel out that contract, and it gives another $24 million at the back end. So Raiders have money, but I think, that's a pipe dream for me, obviously. Do I think it's going to happen? I think there's maybe a 20% chance.
That's 20 is too high.
20 is too high.
15.
It's probably.
maybe
He's a chief.
0.02%.
He would never go to the Raiders.
Don't say never.
Dude.
Okay, I'll give you a
Not
2.
in the
People
NFL.
love Vegas. Best facilities in football. No taxes. So, and we just went through that whole poll. Kansas City facilities, garbage.
Yeah, they did win 2
not
Super
if
Bowls
they're-
though,
if
in a row.
If they're gonna pay him, why would he not stay?
Well, at first he said I'm a chief, and then his agent's like, I think he had one too many,
Too many
Patrons.
mimosas?
Yeah, something like that.
Eddie Money said a bunch of Chiefs fans were tweeting at him saying he would be dead to them if he stayed within the division. And he responded, handshake. He also loved the facilities at the Super Bowl. Chris Jones.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you. And you know what? People like Max Crosby.
Yeah, he's a likable guy.
He's a favorite.
He's a likable guy.
He's a favorite within.
Max
Likable guy.
Huh?
He is the likable
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
he's-
And he's white.
He's a favorite.
What the fuck does that mean, TJ?
Yeah,
You
white
know,
boy.
you know what it means,
It's
Rafa.
a white boy was. That's the white
white boy
homie
was-
that's in the group.
He's that
He's
nigga.
in.
He's
He's
that
in.
nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like Mayo and Get Hard.
Did you say?
That's good. It's
Yes.
a great movie reference, by the way.
Yes, great. So I'm just saying he's very likable. Vegas. I mean, I'm a Vegas guy. You're a Vegas guy. The weather's great. No taxes. Cigar lounges. Great restaurants. Beautiful homes. It's an attractive spot. So
Raiders don't
Why
have
do they
enough.
suck?
Raiders don't have enough money to make that move.
Yeah, they don't.
yeah, not if you're gonna give up the pharma. Listen, if they go give the next 20 first-round picks to go get Jaden Daniels, that doesn't cost money. That only clears money.
This is the thing. You're not getting Chris Jones to fucking play when your quarterback is Jaden Daniels.
Why not?
Because you're not going to make... That doesn't say I'm making the playoffs. That doesn't say I'm making a run. You're going to go and spend $30 million on a guy who's 31 years old and to not make a run? You're already wasting Devontae Adams.
2 years ago, he was the defensive MVP. He won some games by himself. That's how good he is.
That's far-fetched.
Well,
his quarterback is fucking Patrick Mahomes. You sound like Luke up here.
Is there odds on Chris Jones? If you can, let's move on to the next big franchise tag that was not tagged and is a big story. Saquon Barkley, man, free agent, good for him.
That's bad for him.
That's good for him.
I think he's gonna get paid. I don't think Josh Jacobs
crazy money
gets paid, but I don't
think any of them get paid.
I think he gets something. I would give him 3 years, $35 million with $22 million guaranteed, something like that.
That's a great number. No, he made 12 last year.
He made $12 million last year. You guarantee him 22 on a 3-year deal.
Okay, but I'm seeing him as a running back that's getting older, and he's always hurt. Anyways,
how did he do last year? He was the fucking offense.
He was great last year.
Okay, and what does that say for a running back that was used all last year? He already has years under him. They don't get better as they age, by the way. None of them.
I think there's a lot of teams.
LeBron James.
I think there's a lot of teams where Saquon could be your missing piece to add to something. Like if I'm the Bears, if I'm keeping Justin Fields, I want Saquon. I'm drafting lineman. I'm drafting receiver.
Well, he's gone, so.
And I want whatever. And I'm taking Saquon. Put it this way: if you draft Caleb, you should get Saquon because he's going to be a great safety net for any of those guys.
Factoids.
I would never pay running back anything.
You cannot. That's fine.
Bleacher Report came out today with the story of the 6 teams that he's tied to. Number 1, Raiders. 2, the Eagles. 3, the Patriots. 4, the Ravens.
Is that in order?
No. It's just in order.
Okay, I was going to say, like, why is Raiders number 1?
Well, on the Bleacher Report, Raiders were number 1.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
You know Eddie's list. Eddie's list, Raiders always number 1. Luke didn't even put it on the post.
He moved them to number 1.
Yeah, Eddie moves them right
Raiders,
to number 1.
Eagles, Pats, Ravens, which I would be afraid to go to the Ravens if I'm a running back. I would put myself in bubble wrap.
At least for preseason.
Texans. I think that makes a lot of sense. And Bears. Where do we see Saquon going?
Vikings not on the list?
No, Vikings was not on the list.
They're not in the odds either. So Giants still have the highest odds at plus 120, and this is as of today. Houston Texans are at second favorite with plus 600, and then the Chargers and Bears are next at plus 1,200.
So Raiders aren't even in there?
No.
I've had a lot of Charger fans saying Saquon to L.A. or San Diego.
I mean, that would be – there's any team that adds him, instant boost. Instant boost. I'm not saying championship. I'm saying instant boost. He didn't have a quarterback. Daniel Jones is not very good. They made the playoffs, Daniel Jones and him. It wasn't just fucking Daniel Jones.
When you draft in your fantasy football league, and Saquon never makes it past the 5th pick.
I don't know why he doesn't, because he doesn't play.
Dude, he's in a fucking super efficient, and he's way better than Josh Jacobs, by the way.
He catches the ball.
Agree.
He's a
way better.
Terrific receiver out of the backfield. He fits. What scares me is Texans. I think the thing is, I don't think he wants to go to another turf field. If I'm him, I don't go to turf. I'm afraid of the Ravens. I think him with Lamar.
With Lamar and the receivers and the tight end and the fucking coach.
I mean, Lamar hasn't had a running back since when?
Ever.
Think about it. I mean, they haven't gone a full season. I mean, they've been cursed at running back for the last 4 or 5 years. I can't even think of the last running back that didn't get hurt.
I was talking to John today, and John was like, oh, my God, he would be so excited to see in Baltimore.
Oh,
my
dude.
goodness. That would be amazing.
And it's a grass field, I believe. I think so. It's outdoor. So where do we see him ending up, everybody?
I'm gonna say Ravens or Chargers. Although I'll be honest with you, I'm cheering for the Vikings. I don't even know why.
Yeah, you're like really on the Vikings.
I love Justin Jefferson, or how you guys call him, Jay Jettas, and Jordan Addison is phenomenal.
Yes.
Like, he's phenomenal.
There was rumors last week that Jefferson wanted out, or
that wasn't the rumor. The rumor was that they might not max him. That's the rumor. That somebody said that they wouldn't give him the max. That's the deal. It's the same rumor with Jamar Chase. That's the same fucking deal. Those guys deserve the world.
Oh, facts.
3 best receivers, 2 or 3.
If I don't get maxed, I'm asking for a trade. If they don't max me out,
100%.
I'm asking for a trade.
I like Saquon to join CJ in Houston. That's what I like. I want to see it.
I don't want to see it
at
all. I don't want to see Texas in the playoffs at all.
We know you don't want to see it
at all. Not a bit.
Cut bet. Yes.
I don't want to see it at all.
Well, I mean he's a superstar. Saquon Barkley is a superstar in the NFL, and wherever he goes, he's going to do well. I think Chargers would be scary.
Yeah,
because they're going to run
if
the
they get a
rock.
fucking receiver who can actually catch the fucking ball, actually play. I'm sorry,
just play
and then catch the ball.
Yes,
because Johnson doesn't catch the ball.
On to a next guy who didn't go get a franchise tag, Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle. For Miami, had a great year.
A lot of money coming his way.
He's
the best defensive tackle.
Yeah,
besides Chris Jones.
He has ties to Brian Flores, who is now with the Vikings.
Phenomenal coach.
Yeah,
should have never been fired.
Valued at $22.9 million.
That's what projected.
Average to you can level him with Quentin Williams, Darren Payne, Dexter Lawrence, and Jeffrey Simmons.
Woo! A lot of dollars coming his way. A lot of dollars.
Yeah. I think he's another superstar. The free agency hits before the draft.
Yeah, March 13th,
yeah,
I think it's
so, and I think it's Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I think it's Monday. So,
or it might be next Wednesday, but whatever.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, this is what makes the NFL so great. Any other big free agents that out there? I mean, running back wise, it's a very good year, I believe, for free agents.
Oh, Derrick Henry's out there,
and not very strong in the draft, by the way.
Well, Derrick Henry's out there. Derrick Henry could be a guy, maybe to Dallas, where they need that big bruiser, that Zeke style, and Derrick Henry can carry the ball 300 times a year.
Oh,
so
he would love it.
Give him 250 and give Pollard another 150 or whatever. Derrick Henry would take so much pressure off of Dak and that offense.
I like Derrick Henry with the Ravens.
Dude, you can punch him in anywhere.
I really do.
I think he would be phenomenal.
And he's a great locker room dude. He's a leader. He's a stud. Great character. Now that we went through the free agency, I warned everybody that this would be a heavy Raider.
Well, it's just heavy Raider opinionated. They haven't signed anyone yet. Let's see if they fucking sign somebody and spend some money.
Listen, no one goes under the cap. I mean, you can save some money, but people pretty much spend what they can. That's what makes the NFL so. What's the word I'm looking for, CJ?
I'm speaking Biaka Batuka today.
Yeah.
The fucking hate these guys.
Yeah, it's
on Tim
unbelievable.
Biaka Batuka is insane.
What do you think? We've talked about it. What do you think the Raiders need to do to make a playoff run next year? If you were Tom Telesco,
if I'm the Raiders, that's easy for me. Easy.
I want to hear it, man.
For me, it's easy. If I'm the Raiders, I sign Saquon. I give him a deal. I find a quarterback. It doesn't have to be Kirk Cousins. It doesn't have. Just something better than what I have. And I add a defense, and maybe I draft a quarterback in the second round.
Well, you have to give me a quarterback. You can't just say a quarterback.
You don't want to hear what I'm going to say.
No, Tannehill?
Right, Tannehill.
Dude, I'm telling you, Tannehill.
I like Tannehill.
Is an upgrade from AOC.
I like
100%.
Tannehill. The man was 13-3. He led his team. Dude, I'm
is
sorry.
unbearable.
I'm
This is
saying
unbearable.
I like Tannehill as a bridge and a guy, that offense that he was in, it was basically run heavy because you had Saquon. I mean, you had Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
He had the year he had AJ Brown. They were fucking 13-3. They were phenomenal. You give
And
him
then,
Devontae.
boom,
Devontae's an
not
elite.
anymore.
Well, AJ Brown left.
Well, no,
AJ
they
Brown-
got bounced in the playoffs
Yes, they got bounced
by the Bengals, who were with
Who
Joe
made it to the
Burrow.
Super Bowl?
Burrow. God,
Yes.
what a turd.
Who made it to the Super Bowl?
What a
Okay,
year.
but they were the
And
one.
they were in that
they were
game.
the 1 seed.
And they were in the game. They didn't get blown out.
they
They
let-
lost the game at the end of the game.
They let a trash Bengals team win that game.
Trash Bengals team who
come
made the
on,
Super
man.
Bowl that year.
And beat the
They beat
Kansas
the
City
Chiefs
twice.
They made the Super Bowl that
Doesn't
year,
matter.
and they were one drive away from winning the game. There was one defensive stop away from winning the Super
I
Bowl.
hate to agree with Rafa, but it's facts. If you give me AOC
If they
or
get-
Tannehill,
if-
I'm taking
Let's say this.
Tannehill
Let's just
every
say
day.
this. Let's say
I
you
wanna
get to
throw
your.
up
Let's say you
physically
get to
right
your
now.
13th pick. You're the Raiders, and you pick up Tannehill. This is what I'm saying. You get to the number 13 pick, and you can add a piece that hopefully can help you right away.
Yeah.
Whether it's on defense, whether it's on offense, whatever it is. Maybe it's another lineman. Maybe it's a receiver that somehow fell to 13 as a second guy. Maybe your next coming after Adams leaves. You get, and in the second round, Michael Penix is still there. You can take Michael Penix, and Tannehill can be your bridge between Penix and your next
We
guy.
all know he's not going past the first round.
We don't know that.
No, that's not true.
But
We
there's
do
other
know
guys.
that.
No, medical.
Put it this way. I'd rather
medicals
have
are medicals.
2 ACL surgeries.
Yeah.
That's fine. According
Not
to my
one, but
combine
two.
master, he shut up in the combine. So he's gone first round.
He fucking put you out on notice like that, Eddie. He threw that shit out there. I'm just saying, just as a bridge with Saquon, because you're not going to get Saquon if you're the Raiders. You got to make a push. This is Adams' last year, basically, on your
And
team.
Tannehill is not giving you a push anywhere.
I'm talking about Saquon
Stop,
and
you
Tannehill. That's
stop
just
me
what
right
I'm
now. I'm
saying.
going to throw up on this show if Tannehill's mentioned one more time.
I'm sorry. I
Oh
think he's
my
better than
God.
AOC. You can get away with cheap.
You're better than AOC. I would not sign you as a quarterback.
Eddie Money said Saquon is an unnecessary signing, in my opinion.
He's a difference maker on offense. I'm sorry.
I'd rather
He's a difference
I'd
maker.
rather have him than Josh Jacobs.
By a mile. Bro, listen. Not this last year. The year before with Daniel Jones and the Giants. Dude, everybody said Daniel Jones is no good. Daniel Jones made the playoffs and won a playoff game
Yes.
with Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
And they won a road playoff game, by the way. It was a road playoff game. And then they got their ass whooped by the Eagles. But it was because of Saquon that he was that good.
Yep.
So if you bring in Saquon as the Raiders, the Raiders need to do something this year because you have so much money going to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just wasted money if you don't get him anything. And if you get a combo of, you can't get Kirk Cousins and Saquon. Can you get Kirk Cousins and Derrick Henry? Maybe. But Derrick Henry ain't going to be that difference maker. Not for that team. You need something more dynamic to go along with Adams.
Agree.
So, is it Adams and Jaden? Is it Saquon and Jaden Daniels? Maybe.
Eddie Money said if we sign Saquon, we have to move up in the draft for Jaden Daniels.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
I'm just saying, for the Raiders to make a splash, I want the Raiders to make a splash.
Yeah.
You went out there and you finished the season on defense, phenomenal. You were phenomenal on defense towards the end of the year, the last 8-9 weeks, whatever it was. Now you need to build on that.
Yeah.
How are you going to build on that?
And here's the thing. The shine off of the Candy Apple 64 Impala, that's going to be gone. The Raiders, that it's going to be gone. We were excited. We got the coach that the fan
The
base
players wanted. The players wanted.
the fan base. That shine is going to be gone. We all know that stadium was 60-40 the opposing team. The opposing team. I agree with Rafa. You have to make a splash. And, dude, I hate to freaking say it, but, man, Tannehill, Saquon, Devon White, the linebacker from Tampa Bay, there's a bunch of another really good position in free agency is linebacker. There's like 5.
Patrick Queen. I mean, there's a bunch of dudes that you can go out and get.
Yes.
There's a bunch of guys. The Raiders need to make a splash. You're wasting Devontae Adams last season, basically. because it's a fuck ton of money, which I don't think you can pick up the option for the year after that because it's even more fucking money.
Yep.
Eddie Money said, Raiders don't need a dynamic running back. They need a bruiser to stay on the field.
It's because Eddie, you don't need you need a quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what he's saying is maybe get Derrick Henry. Josh Jacobs was no good last year. Let's be real. And I told you guys at the beginning.
Play.
I told you guys that from the very beginning. When he didn't fucking show up to any of the preseason, any of the fucking minicamp, none of the bullshit, I told you. That guy not showing up is going to be huge. I told you guys at the beginning of the year. I think I'm blah, blah, blah.
And the year before, which
Giannis just hit his over, by the way, for threes in the game, by the way, with half. He just hit it.
Wow. And listen, his best season was 2 years ago, which he stayed on the field, but he stayed on the field and was injured. Broken ribs, broken hand, and we still paid him. You got to let him go. He is not, he's more injury prone than Saquon. And those are just facts, man. So
if I'm a Raider fan, I would
neither.
If I'm a Raider fan, I want them to make a splash. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like it's the offseason that you've had, you brought in the coach that all your players wanted. All the guys the leaders on the team, they all wanted that guy. So now reward the fucking team with something.
Yeah.
Reward those guys with something to help you get into the fucking playoffs at least or stay relevant until week 16 and 17.
Well, as far as free agents and signings and everything, I think that we've covered pretty much the NFL. We got a very interesting subject coming up next. I'm hoping we can take a break next. But stay tuned. Rafa and I went back and forth. I was on the throne. Just we were throwing haymakers at each other. There was I guess an article or interview about Nick Saban that came out today. Very interesting. We're going to talk about it. Please stay with us. We'll be right back, everybody. Hang in there. have Nick Saban's quotes pulled up for today? If you can get those up real quick.
Where do you guys find those at?
Just put up.
Put Nick Saban quote on Google.
I forgot where it came out.
We're live.
We're back.
Live, everybody. Thank you guys for the quick intermission. My bladder isn't what it used to be. But getting back into it, guys, we just finished our NFL talk. This morning, you, Rafa, gave us an interesting article. Do you have like a synopsis of what that was? I think, CJ, have you found it yet?
Are you guys looking for the 24, like the Nick Saban? Because I have quotes pulled up for 24/7.
No, from today.
Today.
Mm-hmm. From today, he talked about what happened after the Rose Bowl game, where the player, he said something along the lines of the players were worried about if they were playing and how much money they were going to make.
He was very disappointed after the reactions of all the players after the Rose Bowl. They didn't behave well. That was one thing. Like guys were throwing helmets. The guys were throwing helmets. But then after he sat down almost with each player, and he said almost to a person, they all asked for two things: playing time and how much money are you gonna am I gonna get at NIL? And I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, is what they try to imply in the article.
Well, he's been quoted before as
Bleacher Report came out with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story.
So he's been quoted before as saying, I don't have 32 NFL teams calling me every year and ask me how much a guy played his freshman year.
He said that
a handful of times, and he said it for years now.
So Nick Saban, after the Rose Bowl, said, I want to be clear, that wasn't the reason, but some of those events certainly contributed. I was really disappointed in the way that the players acted after the game.
Yes.
You got to win with class. You got to lose with class. We had opportunities to win the game, and we didn't do it. And then showing your ass and being frustrated and throwing your helmets and doing that stuff, that's not who we are and what we've promoted in our program.
Yeah, I don't know if that's literal. That was a quote I was looking for, showing their ass and throwing helmets. That all makes perfect sense. And then my sort of jab to Rafa was, well, that explains why he sucked in the NFL.
Which is an overrated statement.
That he sucked in the NFL, or that
he
why
was
he left?
15 and 17.
Listen,
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course.
Lou Holtz. Bless you.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz. Right? Do you hold that over him, that he left before the season was over when he coached the Jets and they were 3-10? His quarterback was Joe Namath, by the way, one of the most overrated players ever.
I don't, because I don't think Lou Holtz, he was a good coach at Notre Dame.
That was years later.
I do not hold that against him because, to me, I'm saying the only chink in Nick Saban's armor, and the only thing that you could ever say bad about him, I believe, he was amazing at LSU. He was amazing at, where was he?
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Toledo.
The only thing I didn't...
Was it Toledo, or that might have been Urban Meyer?
Maybe Ball State or...
one of those church
one of
schools.
those, yeah. The only thing I have an issue with, and I do believe he is the GOAT of college football.
There's no debate.
Zach would like to debate that, but it's a ridiculous argument.
Anyways.
But the way he left Miami, I wish that he would have stayed.
He had no roster.
You think that was his biggest failure of his coaching career? I argue it was something way different. Not
Really?
adapting to NIL. I think that was his the way forward. He adapted to NIL, but it was the kind of the pushback, the Dabo Sweeney aspect of it, where he didn't want to do it, and he really didn't at the core want the players to be paid with NIL.
He still made the playoffs, and he still made the playoffs, and they were still relevant throughout the year. Dabo's team was just completely irrelevant.
Shit, right.
For the last 2 years, basically, they've been garbage.
But both coaches, I'm saying, are not coaches who are necessarily fans of NIL. They'd rather see
Show me a coach that's a fan of NIL.
Dion.
That's it.
Dion and maybe
Jimbo Fisher.
No,
Jimbo was the king.
And from what's his name from Ole Miss?
Oh, Lane Kiffin.
Maybe Lane, but
Jim Harbaugh.
No, but here's the thing. Rafa tried to excuse Nick Saban.
They had a garbage roster.
So, but he was the GM and the head coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Garbage roster. He was there for 2 years. Garbage
So
ass
stay,
roster.
fix it, and I'm just saying, GOAT, but I don't like the way he left. It proved to be the right
guys, guys, so guys who from the NFL, from college to the NFL, back to college. All right?
Pete Carroll.
Garbage coach his first time around.
Yes.
And the first year back with Seattle, made the playoffs at 7-9. Garbage. All right? Garbage. Dennis Erickson. Garbage in the NFL. Phenomenal
Yes.
college coach.
But-
Steve Spurrier. All those guys had garbage fucking rosters. Garbage rosters on up.
But
he
he was in charge. He was in charge of the roster. Stay two
It was
more years.
2 years. Eddie, this
Stay
is
2 more
Alabama who
years.
called. Bear fucking Bryant. Legacy to go out and
The
fucking...
Miami effing Dolphins.
who hadn't won shit since 1972.
To me, that is the ultimate. That is the ultimate. Raising that trophy, the Lombardi Trophy,
The
is
Dolphins still haven't done it.
is.
They didn't do it with Don Shula for fucking 20 years later.
But that is the ultimate goal. Coaches have egos. When they're good in college, they think I can do it at any level. Any level. And I felt like he gave up. I felt like he gave up on the Miami Dolphins. That's all I'm saying. And your excuse that he had garbage rosters does not work for me because he was in charge of the rosters.
Still garbage rosters. You only do so much with... You only can do so much. You can only do so much. He didn't draft any quarterback while he was there in the 2 years, by
He
the
was
way.
only there for 2 years.
There you can only do so much. The first year they were 9-7, barely missed the playoffs. So the next year, you think we're going to have a chance next year, but we don't pick up anybody. That's not his fault. That roster's a garbage fucking owner.
Wasn't there a Drew Brees story that
No,
he could have had
he
Drew
could-
Brees?
no.
That was...
You sure? I think
that was-
Drew Brees.
Yes, that's
he
a
never
story.
had Dante Culpepper, so it was not. It was Dante Culpepper, Drew Brees. Dante Culpepper never played for fucking Nick Saban.
I think he didn't pass like a shoulder
Dude, it
exam.
was the Dante Culpepper year. It was the same fucking year. It was Dante Culpepper or Drew Brees. Look it up.
I just remember that right now. So he
that
could
wasn't
have.
that you're in the wrong year.
You sure?
100%.
CJ, look that shit up, man.
Quote, Nick Saban, quote, look, when the Miami Dolphins were going to sign Drew Brees, Drew was coming to Miami when I was the coach there. He was going to be the quarterback. That's all we needed. We just went 9-7, and we all needed was a quarterback to be a playoff team. We were going to get Drew Brees as a free agent. Dr. James Andrews operated on his shoulder, and I went to
What
Birmingham.
year was that?
This is
This
2021.
is a quote from Nick Saban.
2021.
What year did Drew Brees sign with the Saints? Find that year. Because the rosters that the quarterbacks that he had, Miami signed Culpepper.
He just quoted Nick Saban saying, all we needed was Drew Brees. What else do you need to know?
Is that his fault? Was it his fault?
He
Was
signed
it
with-
his fault?
Drew Brees signed with the Saints in 2006.
Oh, so it was his last year in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was. So it was his fault. Dr. James Andrews told him not to do it.
Come on, man. No one listens to doctors, man. No one listens
They
to
were
doctors.
6-10 that year, by the way. They were garbage.
Garbage.
But if you look at all coaches that have gone from college to the NFL, the only ones that have ever been any good, they had good quarterbacks. Like, it's true. Tom Coughlin literally left college, went to the NFL, had Mark Brunell and Eli Manning.
Who's the Ravens? The Ravens head coach, offensive coordinator. He was with the Vikings. He was the offensive coordinator with the Vikings. Tall white dude. Can't remember his name. He won with Trent Dilfer, man.
Yeah, Brian Billick.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. Brian
The
Bill.
best defense ever.
Yeah, the best. Second best defense ever. I think it's the best. Bears overrated.
Well, I'm just
You're right.
saying. I just gave you an example right
Zero.
there.
But
cool.
he didn't go from college to the NFL. That's what I'm saying. College to the NFL, look it up. Dennis Erickson, garbage. Pete Carroll had Drew Bledsoe, by the way, in New England, and he got fired in 99.
Yeah.
Then went back to college. Then came back, 7-9 for a season. Then they and he had Matt Hasselbeck, by the way, who wasn't garbage. If we look at the quarterbacks that this man had, we're talking about fucking Gus Frerotte, okay, A.J. Feely, Joey Harrington.
Heisman Trophy winner.
In college, garbage.
I'm just saying. He was garbage because he went to freaking Detroit, where quarterbacks go to die.
And in Miami, garbage.
Well, that's all I'm saying. It's to me the GOAT of college football.
It doesn't translate the same. You can lead kids. Sometimes you can't lead men. you know how hard it is to lead men that make more money than you. Because something, they look at you different and stuff like that, which is why you got to sometimes give it up for NBA coaches.
Oh,
because they get, imagine you got dudes, you don't make $10 million, and these dudes, the weakest guy on the team's making, $1 million or $2 million, almost as much as you are.
Well, let's talk about the quote. CJ brought it up. He thinks, I think you have a point there, CJ, that the chink in the armor is that he couldn't handle NIL. And you were acting like he couldn't handle it and he wasn't relevant.
I don't know if it's necessarily can't handle it is the right word, but didn't want to accept it is the right word.
Dude, he got a ton of shit. When they passed NIL, he talked shit about it, and everyone says
he's been doing NIL forever.
You can't handle it
before NIL
because now you can't handle the competition,
which is why it pisses me off.
But don't say he couldn't handle the competition. The man made the playoffs.
That's what people are saying.
But he made the playoffs.
No, I'm not saying he could. I said let's.
I think he started realizing with NIL the same shit that we're seeing in the combine. Guys are not throwing. I'm not doing my medical. I'm not doing this. The attitude that the players have, I think the attitude that they were bringing was a lot different. Now, like when they lose that game and he has Tua up there and he has Will Anderson up there. Right, or I'm sorry, Bryce Young and Will Anderson.
That was awesome.
And they lost that game and he lets them know hey, these guys and so on and so. He lost, and I believe he lost that with NIL. I don't think you have that passion that those two guys had. I also
think teams are allowed. Like, it's very interesting that Alabama seems so far ahead before NIL, and then NIL comes around, and everybody just seems that much closer to Alabama now. Like, it's really interesting.
This is Zach's argument.
Like, it's really interesting that before NIL, Alabama was clear and cut far and above. It was the class of the college football.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing NIL. We're seeing coaches from Michigan and Miami be like, hey, we can offer you that same money,
Utah,
but you're the guy. I mean, it's just interesting.
Let's look at the schools you just mentioned, Michigan, Miami. Those are all-time programs. Mm-hmm. So
big money.
But before NIL, those big-time programs
Luke
were
was
far.
paying the Hurricanes through the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. But before NIL, those blue blood programs were far below and away from Alabama. Alabama was. You just couldn't touch them. Notre Dame went to the national championship for year on year and got their ass beat every single year. Alabama was so far ahead, and it is just interesting. I'm not saying it's interesting that now NIL's here and Nick Saban runs away. We talked about it.
It's not that he's running away. I think the attitude and what he said in that quote, basically, these guys are going in there and asking if they want to play, and he mentioned that last year. No coach has ever called me and asked me how much you played as a freshman. The guys don't want to pay their time, and that's why he didn't like it. That's the thing. He went out there and he beat Georgia this year when we thought Georgia was the best team besides Michigan all year, and he went out and beat them. He tapped that ass in the fucking championship game. So, and he was one play away in that Michigan game from being a national champion. He's literally one play away. You're talking about above and beyond. Bro, above and beyond, nobody's... Bro, he's...
What are you talking about? He's not above and beyond. Before NIL, he was above and beyond.
He was one play away from playing Washington in the title game, and he would have tapped that ass.
And in the 10 years prior to that, he was wiping the floor with everybody by 20. We would have walked into that game.
Except for Georgia. For the last 5 years, Georgia's been knocking
right, but we have a bigger sample size, Rafa. For 10 years, for a decade, Alabama dominated every single body that they played. It was a crazy when we saw Alabama lose. Now, it's not so crazy. When we see Alabama,
how many games they lose last year? One.
It doesn't, Rafa.
They
before
lost
that,
one game last year.
But they're losing 1 to 2 games consistently every year. Before that, we were not seeing them.
They lost to Texas.
Yeah, one
2 games.
No, we lost one.
Oh, Rose Bowl.
Oh, the Rose Bowl, but before getting to the playoff.
That's not normal. Like, Alabama fans are crashing down to earth right now. Like, you.
Oh, especially with the coach they have.
Well, with the coach that they have now.
Can I bring up something with the NIL? I heard something very, very interesting, which I thought was a great point. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think with the courts and system. Someone mentioned, I can't remember who it was, that NIL money shouldn't kick in till you've played 1 year in college. I think it's super interesting because guys can't, when you recruit, you can't be like, we have these deals for you. I think you should go into college, clean slate, and wait till you play. 1 year in college and see what you're worth. Because now it's a money game. It's making. I mean, recruiting's always been a dirty
But all the
game.
guys, most of the guys that are getting the big NIL, the majority of the NIL money, and you can take Arch and Manning, pull him out, and this guy. The rest of the guys that are getting the money are the guys that are coming from Toledo and Missouri and this school and that school.
Yes.
They've already
Yes.
played. Those are
Yeah.
the guys getting the chunk of the
Yes.
money. Like, those are the guys.
But these kids,
we don't
coming
have
out of
a-
high school,
they're not getting a lot of that.
but they're asking.
No,
So-
they could keep asking. That's why they're not getting fucking recruited. And they're end up, he's a 5-star, but he was, and now you can't go here. You got to end up going down there.
We said this a while ago. NIL would ruin the dreams of the high school kid trying to get recruited because
It's happening.
it's just it's everybody. It's in house now. I'm not gonna go recruit the kid that's untalented or unproven in high school. I'm gonna go get the guy that's been playing for 3 years. I'm gonna go pay him that money.
It's happening in every sport in college. Every sport. No sport.
Which I think is fine.
I don't disagree.
I think it's fine because a kid who comes from, he's the number 1 receiver at Toledo,
Yeah.
and now he goes here. Or
It's
I'm
hard,
the number
but
1
yeah.
receiver in the land, but I'm at fucking Pitt.
Yeah.
Now I get money and I go to USC and I become a superstar.
You know that quote where it says like, "Oh, the NFL guys they'll find you," but now it's like bigger college teams finding those smaller guys.
Yes.
Right, which is great
I think
because
it's a great thing.
I think it's a great thing, and it sucks for the high school kids. But you know what? You're fucking 17, 18 years old.
I don't have a
You
problem
learned
with
to
it.
wipe your ass the other day. Why should a school give you $2-3 million?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with those guys getting NIL money, switching sophomore, freshman. I have a problem with these kids coming out of high school saying, and the crazy thing is high school kids can get NIL, and that's crazy. So, I mean,
If you have like Arch Manning, right? He comes from a legacy of quarterbacks.
that's such an outlier.
Right. Okay. That's one of the only guys that, and Travis Hunter, he's a fucking all-world athlete, right? All-tool. If he was a baseball player, he'd be a 5-tool player.
Yeah.
Right? So those guys, it's fine. The regular fucking guy from Bosco who's an offensive lineman who's probably 5-star, he deserves no money. Because he's pushing around fucking little Mexican kids from Downey that are 200.
That's why-
Bullshit. I played 5 out-of-state teams my senior year, homeboy.
I don't know. There's some kids in
But
Hawaii
I do want to say this.
who've been
I hate,
different this year.
You're right. I hate to bring him up, but the reason why I counter argue that is because of somebody like DJ.
100%. I didn't want to bring him up because that's your boy.
Bullshit.
But you did.
I don't
I
give a
didn't
fuck.
want to bring him up. That's why. But
Love you, kid. But at the end of the day, somebody like DJ, who was the shit, was everything coming out of high school, and then he gets to the college and is still adjusting. You're gonna pay him $2-3 million?
still adjusting.
Like, come on now. You can't pay some like that. That would be the shit that I would put on the screen. Like, this is why I'm not doing it. Like,
Right.
This is
that's your example.
My case example right there.
Which going forward we're gonna see way more. More. There's not gonna be that high school stud unless it's Arch Manning because of the legacy or someone that's just above and beyond 6'4". He's fucking flying all over the field. He can run past all that. So, but
I think we've covered that subject pretty good. I thought it was interesting.
Nick Saban is still the GOAT.
I didn't say he wasn't. I didn't say he wasn't. I just said the chink in the armor, and that pissed you off.
It did. Because
I know it did.
Because when the man is that great, it's like, why you got to throw his he had he had a failure 2 years. Like, why?
We can still criticize. Like, we can still like.
Come
You
on,
can't.
man.
You have
That was
flaws.
20 years ago.
Come on.
Fucking 17 years ago. It's over with.
Well,
Nobody talks about Pete Carroll fucking getting fired by the Jets because he went fucking 6-10.
Hello.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Good night.
let's head into the NBA. Kakatomi Plaza's favorite subject.
He's sweating over here. The Vucic,
he's
Vucevic. It's over. It's done.
Guys.
Finagled. Price Pick's gonna kill him.
Lakers are heating up. Milwaukee's heating up.
Lakers winning the West.
You
Book
gave a promotion to D'Lo, looking very, very good. And
Let's put on a Laker game tonight.
yeah.
Laker game on tonight.
the Lakers, baby.
Do you have a bet with Sim tonight?
I do have a bet with Sim tonight.
On cut bet. On
On cut. Me and Sim are going at it. He whooped my ass. I took the Dodgers and Angels over 10.5.
They didn't even show up.
4-0. 4-0 today. Like 21 runs scored in that game. But
Look at the defense by LeBron. I don't want to hear no excuses. This man at 39 years old is picking the pocket of Sabonis.
And AD is a fucking turd.
AD's not a turd.
No, he's not a turd. But on cut, I made a bet with Sim. I have Sacramento plus 2.5. Guys, if you guys haven't downloaded the app yet, it is so versatile. It is so fun. You basically can bet, and they do. If you go on their Instagram, the guy says you can bet on anything with a concrete result. Like if you go to a gender reveal, and he said you could bet on that. You go to a party, you go to anything.
You can customize your bet. So if
Yes.
you and your friend want to make a bet, you go on there, you put it through, and it's very simple. And that way, because, a lot of your friends, hey, bro, I'll bet you $20 that fucking, so-and-so's having a boy or a girl or whatever it is. And then he doesn't pay.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, so this way, and you're betting against other people. So other people are going to go out there. Tonight, some guys may have the Lakers at 3.5, 2.5 money line, whatever it is. Bunch of people on there. It's basically head-to-head gambling. So it's legal in all 50 states, head-to-head. And there's a bunch of guys on there, and they all have all sorts. You go to the games, and some games have 30 bets, 20 bets, and they got all sorts of stuff. Money line, over, under, this, that.
Social media, you guys can talk smack back and forth to each other. You can start groups. It's so versatile. It's so much fun. We're having a blast doing it. And, I think this is the future of gambling. And it's a lot of fun. We're so glad that we found them. Dude, it's just a lot of fun. I have one for Sim because I think they're out of South Carolina. He calls them Tar Holes, which I've never heard, by the way. And
I like it.
It's Duke, North Carolina this Saturday. It's in Camden. It's at Duke.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna go head to head. And if anyone wants to join our bets, I'm going with the Tar Heels. It's going to be a great game. It always is a great game. The best rivalry in
sports.
Is it better than Ohio State, Michigan?
Dude,
It's
the fucking
right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's right there.
The elite level. This is the difference between Ohio State and Michigan compared to Duke and North Carolina. That it doesn't matter how bad Duke or North Carolina is, which not very many times they're bad, but it's been a couple of years where North Carolina's been bad. Duke hasn't been, a top 10 team or whatever, and it doesn't matter. The games are always fucking great. You had a time where Ohio State just rolled through fucking Michigan.
For years.
Just fucking rolled through them. That's the difference.
Was it 8 or 9?
But just rolled. Some of the games were out of hand. Like, these games weren't fucking close.
Really bad.
These games are always good.
Yes. So
that's my opinion on that
can't wait for
rivalry.
this Saturday. Sim and I are going on cut bet. And, Tar Heels, baby. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel, man.
I need under on Sabonis points and rebounds.
The fucking triple-double machine of the NBA. The triple-double machine of the NBA.
I need the under.
And you need under on the assist, on the rebounds. Nice.
I heard an incredible stat the other day. Everyone talks about the LeBron stat, 27, 7, and 7.
I saw that.
And I don't believe it's true, but I heard this.
It's true.
That LeBron, in 21 years or however long and how many games, he has never had 27,
Passes the ball like Tom
7, and 7.
Never ended
ESPN
again.
reported it. It's true.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That is crazy.
See that pass by LeBron?
That's all right.
I mean, watching greatness, I want to say that LeBron is one of the 3 most underrated players. Because people don't think that he's the fucking
So he's not in people's top 3? I've never heard him.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Those are Kobe lovers.
I hear it all the time. The man is at this age, what he's doing is even more phenomenal.
I'll tell you why that's a fact. So Rafa and I went to a cigar lounge before the show, and we sit down, and there's a group of like 8 older black men, and they're going in on LeBron and this and that, and we're just overhearing it, and the steroid thing comes up. He's so good.
That everyone thinks he's on steroids.
Yeah, everyone thinks he's on steroids.
He spends like $1 million on his body in the offseason. I don't know why people think that. Like, bro, he spends money.
He's looked at like this since 16. Like,
close. Yeah, he was like 220.
yeah,
now
I
he's
mean,
260.
he's just, physically a freak, athletically a freak, and let's not, forget that he is
Suck it, D-Lo.
he is a disciplined man. He's always put basketball first, family and basketball. Never been, caught cheating. He has his priorities straight. He does all the right
cheats
things
the right way for an NBA player.
Zero Cool on Instagram said Kobe greater than LeBron.
Yeah, you have zero facts to throw that on whatsoever.
Actually, the facts prove that it's completely wrong.
Yeah, yes, exactly. All the numbers behind it are actually prove that Kobe is not even.
Well, he could throw the championships.
What championships?
Kobe has 5.
So does Robert. Robert already has 7. I hate when you guys do that shit.
You can't make that fucking. You can't draw that line. You cannot draw freaking Robert Horry.
Who has more Finals MVPs? Oh, LeBron.
Jordan.
Oh, LeBron. Dude, and this is the other thing. Like the Jordan conversation, what did he do the 6 years that he didn't win a title? What happened to the other fucking 9?
We're not going to get into
What
this.
happened to the other 9 years? Can you find me the other 9 years of Michael Jordan's career? Do they not exist? The man had no left. Garbage.
Let's get into this.
Top 3 most underrated players in the NBA today.
Let's get into that. Let's get into top 3 most underrated players today. I can't believe Rafa is going to freaking...
I won't do LeBron.
Okay.
Underrated. 3 most underrated players. Underrated, undervalued, or just underrated?
I only have one, and it's not of today, but he has been brought up in the last week due to Caitlin Clark, and a basketball player that does not get enough, flowers and.
Don't say it.
Pistol Pete Maravich. Oh God.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Yes, I mean.
Oh God.
If you guys look him up, I know
He didn't play enough. That's the thing. He didn't play enough in the NBA. I think he only played like 6 or 7 years.
Well, I think he had an ABA years. He had some ABA years, but the man was before his time, like an alien.
Years.
Yeah.
Oh, he played too much.
He's like
not good enough.
He was like an alien, like that was transported from the future. He was so
and
ahead.
He had a left.
He was so far ahead of the game that he does not get enough credit. Right now, back then, whenever it was, he was, and not to mention he was white as hell. And Pistol Pete, I'm giving my vote to Pistol Pete as most underrated player in the NBA of all time.
5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, average 24, 4 and 5.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Rafa, let's hear it, man.
My 3 most underrated players in the NBA today, Tyrese Maxey from Philadelphia, who can play up and down, can shoot the 3, can handle the ball. The other one I want to say is the kid from the Kings, Sabonis. I think he was an All-Star this year, but I think people don't appreciate. He's almost averaging a triple. He has more triple doubles this year, I think, than everyone in the league, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one, and then probably Jimmy Butler. I think he doesn't get enough credit. I think Jimmy's a
dog.
A dog. I think he's a superstar player in my opinion.
He is
just underrated.
That's a good 3.
Just think he's underrated. That's all. Look at Sabonis. He's touched every ball. He's everywhere.
Any honorable mentions?
No. It's like Shea's getting all the
Yeah,
fucking
now he's
love.
getting all the credit.
He's getting all the love.
Before, I thought he was this before this year.
A lot of people there. I mean, and he's been phenomenal. He should get a ton of MVP votes, if not all of them.
Yeah.
So I think he's already on people's radar. So like underrated, I don't think he is.
Yeah, now he's not underrated. But
Can we say that the Claw is a little underrated?
Kawhi?
Yes.
He's phenomenal.
Dude, I feel
he's properly rated where he
there
is
is
rated.
He's
like,
elite as fuck.
There's like 20
Yeah,
minutes
so
of every game where he looks like the best player in the NBA.
Close.
But then there's times where he is totally
No. There's
absent.
never time. Yeah, he's absent because he's not on the floor. When he's
No.
on the floor,
I
when he's
disagree.
on the floor, he's a stud.
He has nights where he's playing and you have no idea he's playing.
But he's like
He's-
25.
He's very he doesn't demand the ball. He should demand the ball more than he does.
He's not that type of player. He's not that type of player, and he gets his. You never hear him complain or never see him complain about fouls. There's just times where
Underrated to me is Paul George. He's underrated. Like
You ever seen Playoff P?
he okay.
You ever seen that guy?
Last year he was amazing.
Paul George has never been, in my opinion, a top 5. Kawhi in some years past, I believe, was the best player in the NBA. Defensively,
I believe he's the second best player in the NBA.
He was he's never number one.
Never number one. There's a guy right. You see that guy on the screen right now? That motherfucker was number one. That dude was number one. He is number one.
Yeah.
But I can see Kawhi. I can see Kawhi.
Yeah, because people just don't mention him. I don't know, because personality-wise, he wears New Balance. Although
the team he's on, he's always hurt.
He's always hurt. New Balance, although New Balance is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Ricky Flores is now in the chat.
What up, Rick? What up, Rick?
Tricksters? We're talking top underrated players. Guys,
Who else is underrated in your opinion?
It's kind of I don't think to me Jalen Williams on the Thunder, he's like the number 2 guy.
We're not.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna go there right now, but
Jalen Williams.
I think he could be a number 1 on any other team.
Oh hell no! On what team?
A lot of teams.
Name one.
Give him like the Hornets. Like he could be on the Hornets.
He's not number 1 on the Hornets. He's not better than Bridges.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Miles Bridges.
Stop it.
The man who fucking scored.
Stop it.
Oh my god,
that's absurd. That is absurd. You just said that.
Miles Bridges is pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
No, he's not.
Pretty good. Well,
Dude, he put some numbers. But anyways, the Kings have a few guys that are underrated on the team.
De'Aaron Fox underrated.
I feel like
He's a stud.
I think that might be one.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox.
Fox is. You put him, anywhere else, but maybe Portland. I mean, those are probably the two because California or far west. You put those guys. No one watches Kings, and Kings, if you don't watch them, exciting basketball, great basketball.
They have an awesome fucking roster.
Yeah,
They got players.
I think Fox has to be on that list.
You're right.
He is great. He's freaking great. I would love to see them take the next step this year.
By the way, I think you're losing this bet to Sim tonight.
Oh.
I think the Lakers are on another level right now. The Lakers are gonna win the West. Excuse me. The Lakers are winning the West. I'm saying it. I already said it on cut.
On cut?
I'll put it on cut. Anybody want? I will take the Lakers to win the West.
If someone else beats Denver, then I would say yes. Like if Denver gets knocked out by somebody else, then I give Lakers yes. But they're not beating Denver.
What
They're
about
just
Jamal
not
Murray?
happening.
Jamal Murray underrated?
No, he's overrated.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say overrated. I think he's very good.
Then he's
Spencer
properly
Dinwiddie.
rated.
He's properly just right there.
He's properly rated. I'll give him that.
Bradley Beal overrated.
Overrated as fuck.
Ah, great one.
Overrated. Bradley Beal.
Overrated.
God, talk about falling off.
Yeah.
Injuries
He
or
stayed
whatever.
in Washington too long, man.
Yeah, way too fucking long.
He stayed there too long. I don't know what took him so long. But sometimes when you're hot, you gotta go.
Yeah, stay too long. Shoot too many. And Washington, by the way, what a fucking joke the Wizards are. Dude, they have 9 wins. That shows you how egotistical Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole, how cancerous they are to the NBA.
There's 2 teams in the NBA with 9 wins.
Who's the other one? What a pass by LeBron, by the way.
Detroit and
The Wizards.
the Wizards.
Yeah, but Detroit's a young team. The Wizards have Kuzma, who makes a shit ton of money.
Jordan
Poole.
Poole.
Those 2 guys who they swore any team they were on,
Dude.
that they were the guys.
They're saying Jordan Poole might be out of the league next year. He's
No,
so
No.
He's so unlikable.
Oh, he could be unlikable. Dylan Brooks was unlikable as fuck, and he's on an NBA team and playing well.
But they like him on his team. Like he's a leader on Jordan Poole is
Poole's a zero leader.
He's unlikable in his own locker room.
Yeah, but still, he's gonna find a team.
Yeah.
Somebody will always pick him up. He's always playing.
Look at
You see
that.
how the Lakers are playing right now? 30-13 here in the first quarter. The Lakers are playing arriba.
I got my money on the Lakers.
Oh, you got the Lakers?
Oh,
There you go.
dang.
There you go. That's right. CJ's on cut. He asked me for a pick earlier. I gave him the Hawks. We won that, right?
Yeah, we run that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cavs had a huge game last night. No white dude named Wade is going to fucking score 20 points in a quarter and then the next night show up and actually play in a basketball game.
Yeah.
So, but Lakers looking good, of course.
Yeah.
I want to get to switch topics here. I want to get to Yamamoto's outing today with the Dodgers.
Yes. If you guys
And-
didn't watch, Yamamoto started, I believe, second
What is he,
start,
a $300 million pitcher?
300 milli, man.
$300 million pitcher,
Yes. And
he got shelled today.
he got shelled.
He's known for control.
Walked
Right.
3 batters.
Walked 3 guys. He allowed, 5 or 6 hits, 5 runs?
6 hits.
5 runs.
5 runs. Struggled mightily. We said it after his first start. Rick Monday said it after his first start. Completely 100% tipping his pitches from the center field camera, which, this might be a thing in Japan. Japan is one of those things where you play with honor. Cheating's very frowned upon.
Not here.
And listen, there's a saying in baseball: if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and that is accepted in baseball.
100%.
And I don't know if anyone really saw this, but now he's already had to change mechanics a little bit. He has to hide the baseball, so it's already in his head right away. Hide the baseball. That change,
Right, that's already
already in his head.
And you were so dominant in Japan, and now you come here and you got to change your delivery.
Yes,
It's all a clusterfuck at this point. Like, he better hope he's facing the Giants all year long.
I don't know how. Obviously, it's really early, but he's not Hideo Nomo.
No,
Hideo came over here
and he was deceiving.
18 strikeouts. Like, he was unbelievable. Now, he has great stuff, but mechanically, he's good. But maybe he's trying too hard. We don't know how this is going to end up, but
As of today, it didn't look good.
yeah.
So it looked terrible. So your $300 million pitcher today, not very good.
Well, luckily, they're going to score 8 to 9 runs a game,
Well,
hopefully.
And it is spring training, I understand, but
Yeah.
still, there's been plenty of pitchers who haven't looked good at all. The fucking pitcher, the kid from the Yankees who they paid a bunch of money, Rodon, he got annihilated
Yeah.
today as well.
Yeah.
But it's not a good sight when the guy who's new here and is
Yes.
already getting shelled. When you're new to the country, you know, Hideki Matsui, Irabu, all the Japanese pitchers that have come before him had very good first and second years, and then guys kind of caught on. Nomo was phenomenal. His delivery was a lot different, though, right? You couldn't see the baseball over that big-ass body coming around.
I got some cut action for everyone out there, and I think this is going to be
I'm taking this shit.
really exciting. If you guys saw today, Shohei Ohtani, I don't know where I heard it, but he said since he's not pitching, that he has a certain goal. He wants to be more aggressive on the bases. He, today, I believe he stole the base. I believe he tagged up from first to second on just a routine fly to left that no one ever tags on, and he did. My cut, I'm going to put it out there for the public to bet against me. I'm going to go over 40 steals this year.
I'm taking the under.
Shohei Ohtani, this guy is a freak, and since he's not pitching this year, he wants to make an impact, and I think he steals over 40 stolen bases. Sim, I know you're going to take me up on that. I would love for anyone else to take me up on that.
I'm taking it up.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
love
going to be under. I put it at under 31.
What did he have last year? 30?
Can you look that up? I think under 31. This is the thing. Besides the fact that I don't think he's going to run that
As much as I think.
As much as you think, one. Number two, he's hitting in the 2-hole behind one of the 3 best hitters in the league. That guy's going to be on base a lot. Mookie Betts is going to be on base a lot. How many opportunities is he going to have to get when he gets on base that Mookie's not sitting there at second base in front of him?
Shohei Ohtani stole 20 bases in 2023.
Oh, he's not getting to 30. And Eddie's putting the
I'm
number at 40.
40.
40.
Maybe I had to put some odds my
Oh,
way.
100%.
You have
You
to
do-
double it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
Look at Vlade. Don't dribble the ball, Vlade. Don't dribble the ball. He played for
Vlade,
both.
by the way, smoked cigarettes in the locker room at halftime.
Oh,
100% fact.
Heaters.
Peja told me himself.
Everyone
Peja,
that's a known fact.
After a Laker
They called
game,
him the Marble Man, I think.
Yeah, somebody was like, tell him Vlade smoked in the... He did. Vlade smoked at halftime, playoff games, right? He didn't give a fuck.
I played with guys who smoked weed at halftime.
Yeah,
Whoa,
that's
hey,
whoa.
hey,
That was in
take
high
it
school,
easy.
CJ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, hey, oh.
Hey, whoa, whoa.
Man, hey.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Talk about
Fucking, talk
snitches
about
get
snitch.
stitches.
Wow.
Yes.
And they're
We all the coaches knew.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are
I'm
we
just
kidding?
kidding.
Played for Modern Day,
Just
right?
kidding. Everybody
Modern Day
breathe.
Monarch. Modern Day
I'm
Monarch.
joking. It was a
Oh my God.
joke. Relax.
This man just fucking ratted on
No,
everybody.
Rafa, it was a joke.
For the fuck, it was a joke. He was dead ass serious.
No, I was not.
Player, you were dead ass.
No.
Oh
Well.
my God. This man has just thrown everyone under the bus.
Yes.
They're like
Rafa,
18
Rafa,
NFL fucking
We
dudes on
went to
their
the
roster.
Catholic school.
If you went to the
The
Catholic
priests
school,
were in the locker room.
you were 100%. They were smoking weed as well.
Yeah. That was incense.
Father Juan was also in there rolling up a joint. But by the way, MLB starts March 20th or March 19th, I think it is.
Yes, sir.
Padres, Dodgers in Seoul, Korea. Does Yamamoto get a
start there?
Bueller might not be ready.
You have to start him over there. Come on.
100%. I
You
thought
have
he
to.
would start the first game.
Yeah.
And then Tyler afterwards.
Yes.
Um,
you have to start him there. He's going to be
What do we got?
Rick Flores says CJ in this case is the white guy.
That's a good one.
I was joking, Rick. I wanted a
Good one.
reaction.
That's a good one, man.
Shit.
But
Just I was smoking
So
weed.
Dodgers, Padres. It's early, obviously, right? It's
Yeah.
Yamamoto's second start. He didn't. You said he didn't impress you the other day in his first start.
Yeah.
So obviously today he did not impress you either.
Michael Brown said the fastball is very flat.
He did. Oh, I didn't watch, but he did say it was flat, and obviously it was because he got smacked all over the field. Does
First
this
pitch.
change your prediction on your Dodgers? Just after two quick games.
Was I giving Dodgers as the World Series champion?
Well, I made a statement and you fucking replied with Doyers.
Listen, yet I believe this, and I saw it today that baseball is a very different animal. It's a game of millimeters, and I do not think by any means that the Dodgers are guaranteed to win a championship.
Only a plus 200, by the way.
Yeah, because there's 13 million people in the greater Los Angeles area.
They're all betting on the Dodgers.
Yeah. 12 and a half, Hispanic Dodger fans. The other don't watch baseball.
No, so you're a Dodger fan. No worries yet in the second preseason and the second spring training game on Yamamoto. None whatsoever.
Oh, I have major concerns. He's going to have to change a lot of stuff. I do believe that it's in his head. When the announcer calls it out, his first inning, that the announcer is calling out his pitches, I've never seen that one
Give
before.
me a Yamamoto prediction for the year.
I'm going to go 14 and 8. ERA of 3.75.
Wow, that's okay. I thought you would go lower. I thought you
ERA?
were on the ERA. Thought you would go lower. I would put him in the higher threes just from the two starts. It's early, obviously, way early. Second start. We're not even halfway through March, obviously, so way early. But judging just from the first two starts, we know it's early. Don't get your fucking thong in it. Don't get your Dodger underwear in a knot. Super early. I agree with you. I see him in the high threes.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, maybe a +6, +7 on the win side, obviously because of the roster. Because he can go one night, like a game today, where he gives up 5 runs, but the Dodgers, Mookie and Shohei and those guys are putting up a ton of runs.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but the Dodger win total at 104, I think it's going to come right below that.
Really?
I think it's going to be below that. I think there's certain things. I think Glasnow's not going to be as good as Dodger fans think he's going to be.
Now, he looks good.
He looks good so far.
In the preseason.
I don't think he's going to be as good as Dodger fans think he's going to be. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be in the higher threes on the ERA as well. And we'll see how Bueller does coming back. And then who are the other guys that are starting there?
Well, you have Miller, who pitched last night. I think he's going to make the rotation.
Oh, 100%. He's in.
Yeah, and then they're saying the kid from God, I can't remember his name now.
Not Dustin May.
Not Dustin May.
Stone.
Stone. That Stone
making the roster.
They're
making
saying
the
that
rotation.
he is going to make the rotation coming right off the bat. That he will be your
The
fifth
fourth,
or sixth starter, because I think Sheehan will not be ready yet as well. A lot of little.
I think
nagging.
they're gonna. I think they still come. I still think they win the West. I think they come under the 104. I think somewhere around 100, 101 wins and still win the West. And second round exit,
Ugh.
not a first round, second round.
Ugh.
That's
Yuck.
my Dodger prediction for the season. But
We will see. Yeah, maybe another cut bet in our future. Maybe
I'll take Dodgers under win total under 104.
Cut is dangerous for Rafi.
I will take under.
Yes.
I will. All you Dodger fans, if you want to bet me, $10, $5, $20, whatever you guys want to do, download the app KUTT. All right, your promo code is the number 2 Nobodies. You'll get 10% on your deposit.
Yes.
And you can find me on there, and we'll put it up. Dodgers win total 104. I will take the under. Whatever you guys want to do. You guys want to bet even the first game. You want to bet Dodgers and Padres. I'll go on there. I'll take the Padres. Give me the field every night against the Dodgers. I will take them for you. You can send me a message.
-1.5.
Every night against
-1.5.
Every night against the Dodgers, I will take the other team for you every single night. Every single night on KUTT from the start of the season until the end of the season, every night I will take the opposite team.
Put this on CBS Nightly News. KUTT's gonna get $13 million, 13 million new subscribers tomorrow.
I will take the opposite team every night. You set.
Wow.
We have a chat. It's a Two Nobodies podcast chat. You go on there every night. I will take the other team. Sim has the odds in there. Whatever the odds are on that night, we can adjust them if you
Can
want.
we get this man a drug test really
I
quick?
will take the opposite team every night against the Dodgers.
KUTT-
every night.
KUTT is the ultimate-
I enjoy watching them lose and their fans rant about the fucking so and so from the bullpen. Oh, this guy did that. Blah blah blah. Every night I will take the opposite team.
By the way,
all night.
a Corrales called me yesterday and said, "How about those Angels?"
Oh my God.
And then I said, I was like, "I'm gonna hang up on you." He's like, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm calling about Sonny's
Oh, good.
ACC
All right.
champion."
Good. As
But
long as they clarify
I
that.
almost like flipped my lid.
Just hung up. This is what you got to do.
I was like 2 seconds away from hanging
Angel
up on
fans should not be allowed to call Dodger fans.
Yeah.
Period. You're irrelevant in this conversation with the Dodgers.
I feel like KUTT is the ultimate we don't know ball. You cannot say that anymore. You put your money where your mouth is on KUTT.
Right.
Marlon Cortez said the Dodgers hurt this man so much.
He knows. He
Yes.
knows. That is a fact.
Yes.
But I'm a man of the people, so I will put my money where your garbage ass Dodgers are at. Let's go.
Dodgers.
All
And then-
night long.
And then Ralphie said Marlins World Series champs.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
This
here
man,
we go.
he didn't fucking rock. Send that
Yeah.
kid back
Goats in the chat. The goats in the chat.
What's good?
Tell him, Ralphie.
Send that dude back to Florida, man.
Oh man!
Jesus
Next time,
Christ.
don't leave your baseball bag in the car.
Damn it. Fucking guy. Luckily, they got rained out.
Yeah, luckily.
So,
Last thing before the show ends, I just wanted to give a quick shout out. This weekend on Sunday, ACC championships.
the number 1 seed.
The number 1 seed, Sonny Santiago. We're gonna head out there to support him. Good luck to all the wrestlers out there. Congratulations to all the I think we did it last week. All the Puerto Rican wrestlers that made it to the qualified for the Olympics. But man, big week for wrestling. It's like the it's the conference championship. So
Right.
shout out to Sonny Flo and all the UNC wrestlers. We're gonna be out there supporting you guys, man.
Shout
and
Let's get it done, Sonny.
yes.
Good luck to North Carolina this weekend, just not on the basketball court.
I got one final thing to say. Cheeto Vera will put the pause on
Oh,
Sean
that's
O'Malley.
right. Let's cover that real quick. UFC this weekend.
Just real quick.
Sugar Sean against Cheeto.
Oh,
Sugar Sean is a big favorite, by the way, right? What's the line? 300?
Minus 297.
Minus 297, so
Wow.
basically 300.
With them pink ass shorts he has on.
So he's minus 300. That's a big line.
That is a
for a
big
title
line.
fight, and there's a lot of smack going back and forth. You think Sugar Sean loses? I hope he loses.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Second round. Out.
Wow.
KO. Out like a light.
Wow. Pie to the face?
Out of the face. Let's do it.
Oh, what?
Let's do it.
All right, not with me.
Let's
but-
do it. Oh, not you?
No, not me. No,
Not with me.
Not with me. But
I think for sure the under though. I think the under is in play big time.
what's the under? Is it 2.5, 3.5,
I
4.5?
think so.
Is it a 5-round fight?
5-round title fight.
Title fight.
So, all right. So, fight MMA on Saturday. Check it out. Also on KUTT.
I got Sean though.
You got shot. You want to go pie to the
100%.
dome with this man?
I don't do pie to them, but I'll do cut. I'll do cut bet.
Cut bet with CJ?
Cut bet.
Cut
All
bet
right,
with
cut
CJ.
bet with CJ.
There you go.
So Jacob's going to take Sugar Sean. CJ will take Cheeto at
LA legend.
on Saturday. Check out KUTT, KUTT, promo code the number 2 Nobodies gets you 10% on your first deposit. Easy to deposit, easy to cash out.
Yeah.
Very easy to cash out. So check it out, KUTT.
Tons of fun, man. Tons of fun. Well, that's episode 72. CJ, Eddie Money, thank you coming. Hakatomi Plaza, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you for showing up, man. It's phenomenal.
Rafa,
Thank
the
you, guys.
guru.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We love you. Play that funky music, CJ. Bang, 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 bang.
Ooh, it's fucking